Peace, y'all. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
All right, all right. How's everybody doing on this beautiful Saturday?
Well, thank you. How about yourself?
Yes, I'm well as well. Thank you for asking. All
I
right.
missed yesterday, so I'm trying to play catch up.
Oh, okay. No doubt, no doubt. It's all good. We'll catch you up. We'll play catch up and do the catching up and things of that nature. Um, yeah, so let us begin. We're gonna do a little bit of a recap. We'll start with that. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Could everybody see the screen that I'm sharing?
No, not yet.
Yes, buffering.
Oh, okay. Pull that up. Can you see the screen?
Yes,
All right. So, I know last week we were in Nano Banana, right? We were all finding out about Nano Banana and we were looking for places to use it. Today, I'm gonna open it up in the Gemini app. This is gemini.google.com, which everybody should have if they have Gmail, right? The Gemini is basically a part of the Google family of apps right now. So when you hear the word Gemini, just think Google AI. That's just a simple way of basically describing that. And underneath Gemini, you have VO3, which is the video apparatus, and you have Nano Banana, which is the image apparatus, similar to Photoshop and Illustrator kind of mixed in one. One of the things that Gemini provides is they give you these options right here. You could basically pick a style, any type of style that you want. Let me show you. Okay, let me see. All right, you see it says pick a style for your image. Now, this comes in very much handy for anybody that wants to create images with consistency. Can you see the page where it says pick a style for your image?
yes,
Yeah, we see
Okay,
your screen.
cool, cool. So yeah, this is right in Gemini. As you can see, I clicked on new chat, right? And then there's all of these options: create image, create music. It'll help you create music similar to Suno, right? You could create a song, you create a hook, you create instrumentals, anything that you want. Especially if you're building out an asset like a video or something, a commercial, you could create the mood music, the instrumentals, the maybe even the sound effects. Help me learn. For anybody that wants to basically self learn, homeschool yourself, you basically could just click on help me learn, learn how to start a business plan, learn ways to improve time management, learn skills to grow your career. If you come from an environment where you would listen to Google and whatnot, this is just an upgrade to that. It's the same thing. It's just a new way of Googling things. It's the Google that speaks back to you. Okay, that's the way that you see that. But yeah, that boosts my day. It helps people who are having issues with all type of things, health, healthy eating, a regimen, all of these things. They're working with stress and all of that. Well, you could get help right here. We're gonna click on today, create an image, and that's gonna give us this screen, which is kind of like All right, this is like a plug and play, right? Because what it is basically a set of prompts. And imagine if somebody had a prompt and it was basically like turn this picture into monochrome. What they did is they created something called a gem. Do you see to my left underneath new chat and schedule actions? It says gems.
Yeah.
Okay, so gems are short for Gemini, right? So gems are a part of the Gemini. It is it's the similar attribute to what Chat GPT plugins, Claude Skills, and a few other of these sites. They have these things right here. I'm gonna click on it real quick, right? So what it does is it basically could take a prompt and you could turn a prompt into a gem. And basically what a gem is an automated prompt. It's basically a prompt that you don't have to prompt anymore after you make it a gem, right? So you could build out a lot of different quote unquote tools. This is a tool builder. This is a tool. It's similar to app builder, but not that complex. It works with tools that you're going to be using to create inside of the Gemini family. So VO3, Nano Banana, right? They and it makes different gems, different people inside of this world or this network. They make the gems and whatnot, and you could use them, right? You could use the gems to your benefit, right? So here is a claymation explainer, right? So this is a explainer, and you basically could create it in claymation style, right? And it shows you the original prompt, so you could copy that. An app that takes a user provided topic as input and generates a claymation style infographic. So if that's something that you wanted to do, you basically could do it with this, right? So I'm gonna just try it out. Into the topic, imagination, right? Why not? Imagination, analyzing the objective. Keep in mind these tools are thinking tools, not like a human is thinking, not like a human brain, but it's artificial intelligence, so it's a level of reasoning and thinking, right? So it's going to do the thinking for you. It's going to plan certain things for you. You give it a prompt, you give it an idea, it gets to thinking. It starts to do some of the heavy lifting, right? That speeds up the process. Okay. We don't want it to do all the thinking for us, of course. However, in this process, yes, let's speed this thing up. Let's get this thing going. Well, I don't want to do the 50 different methods and all type of stuff and use 4 or 5 apps. We're just gonna do it like this. It's gonna speed things up. So now you have on your hands a claymation explainer that'll add a little bit of spice into your presentation. Okay? That'll add a little bit of pizzazz into your presentation, into your faceless channel, into your proposal and whatnot, your homework, your presentation, your children's presentation or their homework. You could use this to help them upgrade some of the things that they're doing. So here we go, as we were speaking.
So I have a question.
Yes.
So I'm looking at it, right? And it has like these questions next to the brown box. Do we start there?
Yes. With the
So it says
topic.
topic, put the topic in
Yes.
there.
create the
Okay.
description. Yes. So this is all adjustable and whatnot. You're in charge of certain things in this situation. However, as you saw, it did it automatically, right? I was very basic in the question to the user. I just dropped imagination. I didn't get specific. Um, and then I didn't get into the infographic description as well. So those would be some of the things that you would be able to do. Let me drop the link so I could share it.
Because I'm looking at it now. So I'm like, okay, it says start. So when I click on start, nothing's going to happen. It's going to take me to the prompt box.
Let me do it with you. Now, this is called Opal. Okay. Into the topic for your video. Can you see it where I'm at?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm trying to do it at the same time. Let me see.
Okay.
It wants to
Enter.
verify Google account.
Yeah, it did that with me.
Okay. All right. Let me see.
So it says if you want to edit it, you click on remix. You can only run this Opal app to edit. Click the remix button to make it a copy. So let's start with clicking on the remix button. Prior to that, you will only be able to use it the way that it's set up. But when you click on the remix, you begin to gain control over the app.
So, okay, so I didn't put a prompt in like how you did. So I should put a prompt in before I even,
Yes,
because I don't want to
definitely.
remix what they already doing. I just want to see what happens when I put something in there, right?
Just click on remix anyway. So you'll have
Okay.
access to this when it asks into the topic for your video, this is where you may be able to get descriptive.
Mm, hmm. Hmm.
Now, if my memory serves me correct, after you initially put in that prompt, I think everything is off hands after that. The computer is basically, or Opal for that matter, takes it up in their hands and they're kind of like doing what they do. So I'm just gonna go through that process one more time and actually see how much of a opportunity to edit do they give us. But it's literally showing us the workflow right here. If you can see it, right? Do you
Hmm.
see that box that's active?
Yeah.
So it's creating when it created the description, then it shoots it to create the image, and then the image turns into a video.
And so
So
what did you prompt it to do?
I prompted it to give me the pros and cons of renting versus buying a house in a volatile market. I just wanted to see if it could give me something a little more
Mm,
intricate. But this work you see the actual workflow, the framework of the workflow. I just want us to get put our eyes on that, put our, get a snapshot of that because these are this is what's running these agents. This is what's running things like Claude. Of course, it's way more advanced than these, but it's these type of flows like this, these automation flows, what you would call nodes. Get familiar with these nodes, get familiar with these workflows because this is the now, not the future. This is the now. This is how these machines, this is it's like it's called a lang chain. These systems are being chained together by these boxes, which are basically just instructions, right? So now it's sort of like how the brain thinks with synapses and whatnot. So that's kind of the structure of how things are moving these days with these boxes. This is basically underneath the hood. When your car starts, it's starting through a series just like this, a series of boxes, right? It's a series, it's a few steps of the gears and the pistons firing off and the gasoline and the fuel and everything. That's the only thing. That's what you're seeing right here in these boxes, same type of process.
Got it.
So in a presentation, there would be an explainer like this with a voiceover, a narrator, right? This is just the graphics and whatnot, and then you do most of the talking. Yeah, something like this used to cost hundreds of dollars in the Fiverr
Mm.
days. Okay, back in the Fiverr days, to make about a not just an 8-second one, but like a 30-second 1 minute explainer video. Yeah, you was paying. Start at like 250 and went up. And I didn't know too many people who was cold with it on programs where they was just whipping up explainer videos like that. Um, Here goes. Do you see this page?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here it goes. Here goes I believe this is where you can start editing. Create infographic description. Yeah, this is where you could affect it in your own way, as you can see.
So in this little prompt box, because it tells me the steps, so it says topic. So I want to put in the topic and then tell
You
it
want to
what to
share your
do.
page so we can see it?
Okay, let me see. My little share. Oh, here we are, share. Let me see. Trying to make sure this is, because I had it kind of split. Now I got to figure out how to make it all the way. Okay, here's the size. Okay, so rewrite here. So I'm still on this little self guy. So I want to use this claymation to like break down all the parts of the cell. And because
Mm-hmm.
that's what intrigued me about this claymation explainer. This is picture right here, how I have the earth all broken down.
Right. I can't see your. Let me see. Oh,
You
let me
can't
see.
see.
No, let me. I wasn't clicked on it. Okay, I see you now.
So I just kind of, and I don't know why it's intimidating. It's kind of like once you put something in there, I feel like once I put something in there, if it didn't get my prompt right, it does something else. And so I'm always kind of like hesitant in the beginning
Mm-hmm.
because sometimes that first thing that it makes is the best. And then when you try to go in and alter it, it starts getting wonky.
Right.
So I'd be hesitant to make sure that my first prompt is what I want so that it gets it right.
Okay.
And so, yeah, like what do I put in here? I'm like, okay, the topic is the human body cell. And then what would I put create info? Would it do it on its own or I have to tell it?
Nah, it's gonna do it on its own. Once you give it the topic, it's gonna start creating the presentation.
And this the little our meeting, the little box is on top of what I want to press. Okay. Let me see if I can move this around. What am I doing here? I want to move our meeting someplace else. Hmm. Maybe I could split the screen. Okay, so I hit remix, and then what do I put in that box? Because it's already an explainer.
Right. It says edit
So,
the steps. Hmm.
mm, so I put the topic in. Let's say the human body cell.
Mm-hmm.
Oop, and then I put a comma, right? Likes the little comma.
Yes.
And then this one is generate a detailed textual description. So it's already going to do that. That's what we want.
Right. See the prompt summary?
hmm So create a high quality static. Okay, well, that's what we wanted to do. And it's going to generate a video. So I don't have to do nothing else but put the human body cell.
I think I would be a little more descriptive if you wanted to, topic wise, if you wanted to
hmm
do a little bit more than just the human body cell, if there was any more particulars that you wanted to add on to that.
Yeah, I wanted to like break down each of the parts, nucleus, mitochondria, DNA, RNA.
Okay. Put the human body cell, put part one of a series to break down the human body from cell to to flesh or
Part by part to
yeah,
break
part
down
by
the
part.
cells, um,
Cell, yeah,
parts. Got to be a better word for that. Break down the cells, I guess parts.
to break
Um,
down the symphony of cells,
what do you call it
orchestrating
inside the cell? The nuke. What
the
the all of the parts inside the cell is called the.
right, the
Oh my
nucleus, the
gosh!
electron, the atom,
Break down the cell's parts like
the nucleus,
nucleus,
electron,
mitochondria.
yes, RNA,
I could put etc.
mm,
and it'll get it.
yep, yep. It knows where you're going with it.
Okay, and then I'm just gonna hit arrow. Ugh.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, that's the scary part. I don't know why.
Why
I'm
is
trying to
that?
like just flow with it, but I'll be thinking.
Because remember, you saying you're creating an app that takes user provided topic as input, generates. Okay, so that was the original prompt. So right, right. So they have the claymation explainer as an app. The gems work as like apps. They're like mini apps. So this is the more simpler way that Google has hooked up, so people could come and learn how to make these they call it desktop apps. They're no code, simple apps. That's what Opal is. That's what Google Opal is really doing for people. And then a step above that is anti gravity. And we're going to get into anti gravity maybe if not next week, the week after that, because I do want to get into Claude. I want to do a live session with Claude because Claude is crazy. You know what I mean? I'm learning Claude every single day. I promise you. And I'm learning something every day. It's like it's a lot to learn with Claude. So we're gonna do that, and then I'm gonna show you how to build with anti gravity because anti gravity from Google is a monster too. But Opal is great. All right, so it did something.
Okay, generate cell education content. I like that. Research and generate detailed educational breakdown of human cells, specifically focus on part one nuclear. This will provide topic, create topic. Okay. Also, it kind of gives you a chance to look at what it's going to do before it does it. Create cell diagram. Okay, I like that. Highlighting its internal components. Internal components. Couldn't find that word like the nucleus, da da da.
Right.
Instructions. Okay, I like that. Generate cell animation. Generate education animation show the generate video API. Educational content. Okay. That's nice that it's kind of confirming with me what it's going to do before it does it.
Mm-hmm.
Construct cell series, web page, construct an interactive education page that organizes. Ooh. Okay, I like. So then I just say, okay, go start.
Yep. Into the topic for cell exploration.
So I gotta
No, no,
say,
no.
don't do that.
Type a response into the topic for cell exploration. Just reiterate what you spoke of earlier before.
Mm,
Like for the cell exploration, what do you want it to start with? Like you
mm,
know, from what perspective?
mm.
Because multiple topics you said.
Okay, fine. Um, into the topic. So I suppose start with the cell membrane and work your way. Yeah? Start
Mm-hmm.
with the cell membrane and work your way in, or let's start with the nucleus. I think that's more exciting. With the cell nucleus and work your way out. Nails is not fun for typing.
Mm-hmm.
Start with the cell nucleus and work your way out. That's it. I'm just going to put that.
Yep, you good.
Because I went into, I think it was Nano Banana and tried to put the cell in there. And I think maybe I chose the wrong style.
Yeah, the wrong style. What it did?
Yeah. So it was like, would you like luxury, wellness, something, something? So I'm like, okay. And it just came out so not.
What you needed?
I was like, I don't know if I like that. So it's interesting that you came here today with this claymation, just the visual
Yeah,
was
yeah,
appealing. I was like, okay, I like that.
yeah.
Because
Remember
what
we
I,
all for those of us that grew up on raisins, remember the California
yeah,
raisins?
yeah.
Yeah, that's claymation. Like claymation, low key, is real big for us. And a lot
Yeah.
of people don't even know how to do that. They don't know how to make the claymation. That's robot chicken. That's all of
Mm-hmm.
that stuff.
Gumby.
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 That's Gumby, damn it.
It's
Davy and
Gumby.
Goliath.
Yep.
Yeah. They tell biblical stories with with whatchamacallit, with the claymation and stuff like that. So I'm definitely gonna lean into that more. But yeah, they have a whole preset on Gemini for all claymation. I've been turning a lot of stuff in my folder in my portfolio into just claymation figures. Now we have the master prompt. For anybody that was in class yesterday, we had character reference master prompt. Now that changes a lot of things. We're going to get into that today again with the character reference master prompt. And what does that do? That allows you now to take all of the images that you've generated over time, create a folder, take every single one of those characters. If there's a character that you've created for a story, if there's a character that you want to put in a story, if there's a character that you want for a comic book, a cartoon, a toy, a video game, it doesn't matter. Remember, we have to build out these worlds, these Bibles and whatnot, right? And oh, look at you. And these Bibles, okay? They are the grimoires. They are the journals. They are the quote unquote, corporate. Bibles. When we go into corporate America, they give you a corporate Bible, right? They give you a book. They give you something to indoctrinate with the corporate language, the corporate structure. They bring you into their world and into their universe. Well, we're going to start doing the same thing with our SOPs, with our character references, with our character Bibles and whatnot. I have the template for the character Bible today as well. Okay. Don't let me forget that to drop that in there. Um, and what the character reference allows us to do now is you could turn every single character into a character sheet. What is a character sheet? A character sheet may be one of the most important things in every single pipeline of production when you're talking about making a movie, you're talking about making a sitcom, a show, a video, music video, even before the storyboard is created, you need a character sheet. A character sheet, everything starts with that. So we have the master prompt to get everybody started. Okay. You could have been a person that only has one design, or you could be somebody with 1,000 designs or 1,000 characters. Well, you got work to do because I've been running my characters through Nano Banana using this master prompt, just knocking out mad character sheets. Boom, 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 boom. I got a whole folder filled up with them. So if I ever needed them, I could just run, grab it, and then drop it in one of these apps. Because when we get into trailers, short film, when we get into Kling and we start making these pictures move and we start making these mini films and whatnot, is going to be the character reference sheet that's going to lead when you start prompting and when you start your process. You're going to need that. So I got that for you. But let me get up. Let me stop talking because this thing right here is working. Look at this. It didn't hit you with a whole is this like a app? Is this a what is a podcast? Like what are we looking at?
So what I want to do is educate people about, themselves, and
Yeah.
that, we are a microcosm of, right, ourselves, and that basically, okay, so in what I do with the med spa, I teach self-care education, but then we also do like B12 shots and IV hydration and
Yo,
micronutrient supplementation. And so it's kind of always hard to sell, no pun intended, because people don't understand basic biology, or why you need to hydrate, or why you need micronutrient supplementation,
can
and
I
that.
ask you one question before you even go?
Go.
Do y'all have TVs on the screen? What is your screen life looking like in your spot?
Right. So I don't have a
Your
location. I'm
displays.
mobile.
Okay.
And so that's why I'm trying
So
to create a place for people to go on their phone to kind of
right.
like join me and learn why it's important, so that I don't have to always keep explaining it.
All right. I would do a consultation with you, but because there's a group of questions that just came to my mind because I'm thinking real fast. I'm seeing the vision. You feel me?
Mhm.
Immediately, I was going to ask you, how much time do you have in your week right now? Like, what is your time schedule look like in terms of being able to create content?
Yeah, that's the issue. I'm trying to make sure that I'm finding time for this.
Okay.
Um,
Um,
I
the only
work a
reason
nine
I
to
asked you
five,
that, yeah, yeah,
regular
yeah,
9 to 5 type thing. So every evening, if I take my little one to Capoeira Tuesdays and Thursdays. So it's like Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays are good in the
yeah.
evening.
What I
And
would
then there's
do,
this
I,
class.
right, I would
Sorry.
set up a green screen because all you need to do is get in front of that screen right there. You see? Place yourself like the girl, is that Miss Rachel? You know how they have the programs where people are in front of the green screen and they're
Yeah.
interacting with the cells,
Mm.
right? You could put a digital twin because you busy. Let's go and find out about digital twins today. You literally could put a digital twin in front of this thing that says mitochondria. All she's doing is literally either reading that or repeating a script. It looks just like you. She has your voice and she's doing the work for you to teach people because they're going to go to an app that's on their phone and it's going to show them what's exactly going on in their cells when they're getting the B12. Why, why do you have to hydrate? What is the white blood cell? What does it look like? In the claymation world where they're invading the host and stuff like that. So you can make this very fun, very interactive, very visual, right? Let's not even mention the music and all of the sounds that you can incorporate.
Okay. And so I'm glad you
So
go in there with that because I just recently went back and visited my what's the name of that application? Not 11 Labs, the one with the videos where I was trying to make my
hey
avatar
Jen,
with spin.
hey
Oh,
Jen,
Hey Gen. So I went and visited my Hey Gen account and it's
yeah, they
gotten so much better.
they done leveled the f
Oh
up
my
over
God.
there. We going over there today. Say less. We're going to Hey Jen. They done stepped
And
yeah, the check cleared or something over there because they
yeah,
doing
my
it.
my all the payments I made when I don't use the account,
Right. There's like
they
let's
making their
use that.
money.
Yeah, let's take that all that extra surplus and level this stuff up. But yeah,
It
they
just took my
definitely
picture. It took
hmm
one little prick. I didn't even like make. I did have upload a video in there when it first came out, and it made like my little avatar. And I'm all creepy and talking, but um, it took. I just put up a new profile pic from my computer, just something that I put on ID badges, and it just started talking. I put some information in there, and she just started talking.
right, right. They stepped it up. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make your Hey Jen the voice of this brand that's gonna teach people about their cells. Cause keep in mind, I mean, it goes it just depends on how far you want to go visually. There's no limit to how I'm talking about. You could do Yaki. Remember Yaki's graphics when he
Mm,
first popped out?
I
You
never
could
seen
do
them.
okay. Well, Yaki Awakening when he first came out, he must have had AI or something. So I don't know because he was doing high level graphics like
Mm,
$1 million, multi-thousand-dollar budget graphics a few years ago when none of this existed. Now where we're at right now, you literally could create that level of graphics in your storytelling. Okay. All
yeah,
you need to have is the information. You don't, you know what I mean? That
yeah.
everything else is kind of already I mean, theoretically, if somebody knows how to deep research, you don't even need the information. You could go and grab the information, and then
Mm-hmm.
you could go to another AI, say, put all of this together with a sales pitch at the end, call to action, make
Mm,
this copyright, you know what I mean? Make it a
yeah,
script. It'll do that. Then you run into an AI. None of it is in your voice. It's just you facilitating things. Then it's gotten to a point where you don't even got to facilitate it no more. You could send an agent to do all of that stuff for you.
hmm. And that's where I want to be, just so automated that I don't gotta double work. I don't gotta explain the whole thing. I don't gotta sell it and pitch it, and it just kind of have like, here, just click on this, click on my link right here, and it's like, bam.
Straight up.
So that's beautiful.
Straight
That's
up.
kind of like what I've been wanting for a long time, and that's why I keep tapping in with y'all. Like, okay, like I know Red can help me do this. I just gotta keep
We
keep
getting
at it.
closer. Yeah, we if we were to ever revisit how we started, we
Mm-hmm.
would be able to gauge how far we've come. Like we
Mm-hmm.
literally knocking at them doors. I would say this. If there was a chance to do a 72-hour intensive, what is a 72-hour intensive? There's 72 hours going straight, just building, knocking some shit out.
Mm.
That would be an accomplishment. That would be something I would be willing to because after that I have to take a week off or something to
Right.
recharge because but sometimes because you might have to do it like that just
Mm-hmm.
to get things locked in, to lock in
Mm-hmm.
the automations, to lock in the workflows, to make the framework for the app, just get
Mm-hmm.
it going and then
Yeah.
let the thing because once you do the automation it's gonna work on its own. So it's similar to all right, 72 hours to train for the Olympic medal,
Right.
72 hours to train for your heavyweight bout,
Not a lot
72
of time.
hours to set up your
Hmm.
trust so you could feed your children when you gone, 72 hours to film your debut movie. I mean, it don't sound crazy when you put it into that perspective.
Yep.
So 72 hours to fire your boss. You know how they talk about you got to give a certain slip in? You give me 72 hours, your boss is gone. Straight like that. Your
So
boss
yeah.
out of here. Straight up. Like they stand no chance. The same way that they're telling people who got 9 to 5s, y'all don't stand no chance to this AI and these agents and these damn apps and whatnot. Well, they don't stand no chance when you are able to get fortified with all of the tools that they're gonna be using against you. Because
Yeah,
that's literally
I'm
where
with
we're
it.
at right now. We just we know the tools that your employers and your people are going to try to use to stun on you.
Mm, mm, mm. And
And
and people don't realize, like I was trying to tell all of my nurse, my co-workers and stuff, like when I retired for county. I was like, I'm not doing this no more. Like I got to figure out how to do this on my own because they're already automating triage. When you go to the doctor, you do a whole triage on a computer. You don't talk to a
right,
nurse. And once they start drop shipping blood pressure cuffs and stuff, people are not going to need clinics. Somebody's going to drop ship you the equipment.
the
You're going to
clone, the
test
drone,
yourself,
right? The
the
drone will
drone. You're
be
going to
waiting
test
right
yourself.
there,
Yep. Then you're going to
right?
scan yourself, test yourself, and it's going to upload to the doctor's office. And I'm trying to get ahead of all of that. Like I
Because
see
you
where
you
it's
know they
going.
got bloodless blood tests. They
Right.
have bloodless blood tests, so you could be scanned,
Yep.
right? Your biometrics could be read, and
Yep.
you could be read from afar.
Yep.
You could be healed from afar. See, people
Yep.
don't know the type of advances. I snuck into a conference with Blue Pill in the early 2000s. He was doing his journalism thing, and we were going somewhere else, and he was just like, I need to do this reporting. And we snuck into this super duper swanky, type of conference, and they were talking about the future all the way back then. They were like, "Yeah, we're gonna be healing people from with over Bluetooth signals, and we're gonna have all of the biometric. We're gonna be able to cure them. We're gonna be able to administer pharmacopoeia from afar." They were talking about nanotechnology and all of that. So
So I
I'm
know the
glad.
healthcare system is crumbling as it exists right now. And when you work there, you can see them making you do all kinds of busy work. I'm like, this is not helping people. What do y'all have us doing? And that's why I'm like, okay, I got to figure this out because I see where this is going. I had went to a biomed conference with another type of conscious community. It was weird,
Yes,
but I
yes,
was vibing with them.
yeah.
And I was like, okay, this was like I want to say like 5 years ago. And I'm like, yeah, I need to retire and start spending more time doing this. So I did that. I spent like 6 months retired and then it was like, okay, I need my money. So I'm now working for this company remotely from home, but it's like a lot of work. So it's kind of like even like yesterday, I was working so long that I was like, okay, see, even working remotely from home they got you doing a lot of busy stuff. It's like they got too much tech for me to have to be uploading the same document to 5 different places. I'm like, okay, y'all doing it too, where you just keeping us busy because.
Right. Buying time.
So I'm like, okay, couldn't do your class last night, but I'm like, I'm getting on there on Saturday and we're gonna figure this out because I see where it's going. I can smell it. You know what I mean? Like, mm-mm.
But look at where you're at. See, we need more people with the knowledge base. You have the
Mm.
knowledge base. So what is your knowledge base going to provide you? The opportunity to build a future where if they're going if they're going with this whole biometric meets AI thing, you could go the route of, well, I know how to heal with frequencies now. I'm gonna help people with this. I'm gonna help people with helping getting that stuff out of their bodies. The Jabberwocky and whatnot. You know, it's time now to pivot with all of that inner information that we have because so many of our women, so many of our men were inside of these systems. Now you have AI to whereas if you know the system, you could rebuild the system just by talking to the AI. The AI is not your boss. The AI is R&D, is research and development. The AI is that lab. The AI is a research and development department with no budget. It's not HR. It's not upper management. It's the talent that they had. Remember when they had virtualists, they were outsourcing to the Indians and the call centers, and that's what you got access to now. You got access to the marketing department. You have access to the quote unquote. You have access to the R&D. You have access to all of these things. So whoever has the knowledge base, whoever knows the systems, you know the acronyms, you know the formula, that's where we need to be building something new with those people. So when I look at the news and it says that 500,000 people since Trump got into office, 500,000 melanated people are without work, I'm like, touchdown. Where are they at? Because we need to
Mm-hmm.
find at least 5,000 of them. I don't know if we could catch everybody, but 5,000 alone will shake this entire thing. 500.
And
So now we live in a day and time where I have Clawbot, right? I have Clawbot running right now as I'm talking to y'all, and it's literally building a website. It's been building a website since yesterday, right? But as I'm doing this show, I have a program. I have a whole setup right here with a Mac Mini. It's not even my main computer. It's a computer that I got set up off to the side, but it's building me a website off of just a prompt, right? Then it's gonna build me an app. It's doing a bunch of things for me. Imagine if we had a room or a workspace where I have 100 of these running. This is just
mm,
the prototype. Imagine if I have 100 of these and black men and women wake up every day the same way that they wake up every day to punch in. They wake up every day and punch in to this workspace. They pull up and they punch in and they get in their desk, they turn their computer on. But the difference is this time around, we are all working for ourselves for a project that we all have equity in. We knock that out. We knock the next one out. By the end of 90 days or 6 months, we got about 100 different projects running. You know what I mean? We have tangibles. This is not theory anymore. It's literally going down. So the more that we might wait or the more that we going to speculate, we're going to be late because it's going down right now. So there's nothing really stopping us. There's nothing really stopping us but short-sighted vision, you
okay.
know? And I don't mean to be all preachy and sandboxy.
No, no, no. You be
You know,
inspired.
there
Yeah, I
we
was just
go.
about to say amen.
You know, let's see what's going on with this claymation thing.
Okay, so this is telling me what it's going to do. But this is not what it's going to look like. This is just like an example, right?
Mm, okay, so it basically
I'm asking.
press play. Let's see what it says. You got to share your audio. I'm sorry. We don't hear it. I don't hear it in particular.
Okay. Share audio. Let me see how I
Um
do it.
Click on where it says share the screen. You want to unshare it and then click when you click back on to share it again, there's going to be an option either in your far right or far left, depending on, it might be my right and your left, and it will say share audio and visuals or video for optimizing. Click
Yeah.
on those boxes.
Okay.
Its major activities, including growth, intermediate.
Oops. Can you see that?
Yep.
So when I try to make the screen wide, it kind of knocked me out of whatever that was that it created.
Click on your
Okay.
edit and click on undo. Go
Uh,
up to the top of your screen and click on
mm-hmm.
edit and go to undo.
I don't
You
see
want to
edit.
go back. It should be at the top of your, not at the very top of your computer screen.
Hmm.
Like the
Mm-hmm.
bar, the top bar of your computer.
Yes. Yes,
Do
yes,
you have
yes.
edit button?
It's not pulled down. It's and this is where we struggle with
Mm.
our tech
Is it
abilities.
Control Z and with Mac as well?
Oh, I could Control Z for sure. I
Yeah,
thought
see
that's
if you
gonna
could do
help.
that.
Yeah, no, that didn't take me back. Let me see. So it's not saved somewhere what we already did?
No.
Damn.
Mm-mm. The thing with those, you got to download them. I think you might have
Oh.
closed that window. I looked like you closed it. So if you closed it, you might have lost it.
Hmm. I just kind of made it bigger so it would, let me see. Okay, well, I guess we can do it again, I guess. That's annoying.
Mm.
Hmm. New chat, spam menu. Oh, here it is.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh no, this is self. This is my guy we was talking about last time.
Okay. Go
Oh
to
no,
gems.
I'm upset. Dang. Okay. Okay.
Click on it.
I'll
No, click on that last one where it says My Gems from Lab. Go to the one to the furthest left because it's like four of them. That might be the most updated one, the one that you just clicked on. Click
I
on
don't
the
see my gems from lab.
yeah, right there. Where it says
Oh, right
Claymation
here.
Explainer. Yeah, click on that one. That one. Yeah, yeah, that one.
Oof. Nerves. Hmm.
Yeah, there goes the top the steps.
You see it?
Um, it has the build out right there.
So just hit start again.
Yeah, load it up again
Type your upload response.
into into the topic again. You gotta do it over again. But
Okay.
at least you have the build out where it says
Mhm.
generate cell education contact, create cell diagram, synthesize cell narration, generate cell animation. You know,
Oh,
that
okay.
wasn't there before.
True.
So I remember
Clinician
that.
explainer experiment. Are you sure you want to refresh your downloads? Okay, no. I don't remember what I put in here. Dang.
You were putting a nucleus. You wanted to do
Oh
the
yeah, start
nucleus, start at the
start
nucleus.
from
Mm-hmm.
thank you. The
Yep.
nucleus and work
Your
your
way up.
wait,
And
awesome
it took
memory.
that and did something with it too.
Yeah, it's
So the way that this thing works, ladies and gentlemen, now is that when you put an idea out there, there's an agent that's in the background that knows how to take your information and think about it. So it's literally doing deep research as that thing is spinning. It doesn't need too much context. It kind of is trained on your language, right? It's trained on your prompt. It's trained to kind of like take something, a sentence, and extract every single detail from that sentence and then build and create content and create bridges and create narratives around that. And then, of course, you get the output and it has a wow effect, a network effect. You're like, oh my goodness, how did it think about that? Once again, they have these connectors. They're connecting these boxes. It's underneath the hood. You don't see it. You don't see the work of it. You only see the results. but what they're doing is they're just connecting agents together. So one agent does the research, the other agent does the designing. It's basically an assembly line, right? Think assembly line, bring back the assembly, bring back. So this is now a manufacturing job. This is now an AI. Think manufacturing factory farms. Think factory farms. Don't think small, think big. So if you could see it at a small level, think about what it's going to be able to do at a bigger level, right? So if it could do something like this, then it could do 100 apps in one day too. Okay? You just have to think like that. It could make 100 movies. It could make 100 trailers. We don't want to think with the one. We don't want to think on micro levels. We too far behind to be thinking like that. Uh-uh. We want to make a big impact. So we're going to think on a macro level, right? We want to think big. There's no need to play this shit at a small level when they done drop big tools on the table, big opportunities on it. Like, why play small when they literally opened up the whole shed to us and was like, go crazy? So if they can make cars in Africa out of cardboard, right, and wood panels and stuff, what the hell are we gonna make in America when we got everything at our hands right now?
And it's funny that you mentioned all the unemployed people. I remember in the sociology class I took at New York City Tech, this sociologist, he was so unhappy with life. I don't remember but why,
Right.
but I guess because he was a college teacher and he was thinking about how much money he could have made if he went another route. But he was teaching
Right.
about a concept called anomy, where in a capitalistic society, it is normal for there to be a shift in the norms and the values and the standards that causes what you just talked about. And what is called in sociology is a reserve army of unemployed people.
Right.
And it's like that's how they get bridges built in the depression. It's like, well, how is it a depression but you building all these bridges? So
Right. That was
somebody got the money and they're using the anomy, they're using this hopelessness,
how you spell that?
ANOMIE. It's
A
it's
N O
MIE. They study
M.
it in sociology,
Okay.
and it has to do
Enemy.
with capitalism and what happens to society over time. And it's funny how, sometimes you look at your college education like, what is all this shit for? But some classes be hitting you. And I remember he talked about the unemployed aren't reserve, and it's actually caused by capitalism and it's on purpose so that you have so many people unemployed that you could give them any job and they'll do it.
Right.
And
Right.
so I'm like, okay, well, if Red is talking about all this unemployment, how do we get all of these unemployed people to be motivated to do what we're doing right now?
We have to incentivize them. We have to incentivize we have to show them through our actions, right?
Mm.
Um, and we have to show them the math. And once the math is mathing, they are going to, they're going to see the forest for the trees. It is easier now to show people the vision than it was a year ago. You don't got it. You don't have to do a rally anymore. You could just literally make a whole bunch of YouTube viral videos. You could create a VO3 or a nano banana carousel on IG to show people what 2030 will look like if they got their shit together right now. If they followed this plan, this is what the future will look like. This is how y'all gonna be living. Versus if you don't follow it, this is how y'all gonna be living. You know what I mean? That's literally what you got to do right now. You have to show them what the future looks like instead of trying to convince them to see it because people are blinded right now. They're distracted right now. They got their head in the sand because of the hopelessness. This whole army of unemployed, it could work two ways. They could get drafted and get sent. 'Cause they're trying to reduce the population. I mean, if that hasn't been clear to everybody, they just, it's too many useless eaters. They don't need all of these people anymore. As you can see, once they proliferated the job market, that's another way of them saying, well, y'all got to figure out something else in life because right now we don't need you.
Mm.
So if we don't need you, then we're not basing our economy off of you being a buyer anymore. That shit has even changed. They're not going to predicate their markets on consumer activity. They're going to predicate their market off of extracting data from humans, energy and carbon and all of these other things. They looking at body, they taking this organ harvesting shit to new heights. So 10,000 of us, 20,000 of us, 30,000 of us can affect a change on a daily basis, right? And it could be transparent because we got things like the blockchain, we got open ledgers and whatnot. We have all of these things. If the Amish could build houses in a day or two, then why can't we?
Mm.
Especially when we have what you just said, a army of unemployed reserve. So once again, either they're gonna be the wooden soldiers that they're gonna march to war. They're gonna create a civil war. They're gonna create civic unrest, and these people are gonna get real hungry soon when prices start going through the roof. But yeah, it's
And they create it,
they
it's
create it.
it's,
It's
it's they
per
call it's
right.
called
It's on
strain. It's like a strain. It's what strain theory. Like they create this feeling so that you don't you know you're not accomplishing the American dream because you don't really have the money to do it. So then you're led to start thinking about other ways to make it happen.
right,
And so it's either you become a criminal or you do whatever it is they want you to do, like join the army.
right.
You get
Or
guaranteed
OnlyFans.
this. Yeah,
Right. So
they
they're
create
like
that.
you said, they're setting it up, they're creating it. Then
Hmm.
the story comes out about Doge, what they were
Hmm.
doing. I'm gonna play the video on my next show. The Doge was going into the places. They had young white boys literally deleting databases, taking private citizens' information, and literally they're crashing they're crashing it from within. They're crashing it from within. They're it's almost like they are just turning on the gas. You feel me? So
Mm.
yeah, Project 2020, what do they call it? 2025. It's literally by the book that they're doing it. So let's check out this thing. Save this. You see download file right there? Yeah, click on that for your backup, please.
Okay.
Okay, there you
So you
go.
say hit play.
Yep.
Anatomy of the human cell, core structures and genetic mediators. The nucleus, the cellular command center. The nucleus is the most prominent organelle in a eukaryotic cell. It serves as the repository of genetic information and acts as the control center, regulating gene expression and mediating the replication of DNA during the cell cycle. Structure of the nucleus. Nuclear envelope. The nucleus is encased in a double membrane structure known as the nuclear envelope, which separates the nuclear contents from the cytoplasm. Nuclear pores. Embedded within the nuclear envelope are nuclear pore complexes. These highly regulated channels control the bidirectional exchange of molecules, such as the exit of RNA and the entry of required proteins, between the nucleoplasm and the cytoplasm. Nucleoplasm. Similar to the cytoplasm of the cell, the nucleoplasm is a highly viscous liquid that suspends the structures within the nucleus, maintaining its shape and providing a medium for enzymatic.
It's gonna be real technical like that for the rest of the.
I love it.
And so the reason why I'm kind of like obsessed with this explanation is because most people are not very conscious, nothing against them, but it's like they teach you this stuff in school and they play around with the fact that you're bored, but when you start breaking down the body cell, you start to really understand how powerful we are as human beings and what we could
Right.
actually do with ourselves. All I remember as a kid, I used to watch all that educational stuff. I'm smart because of
Oh
TV. I
man,
tell my kids,
PBS.
I'm smart because of TV. Y'all don't got TV that teach y'all jack.
Right.
I got a 28-year-old who kind of gets it, 22-year-old, and the 8-year-old. I'd be like, y'all watching foolishness. Like, anyway, I ain't gonna go. That's a whole nother show. But my point is, if people could really understand what their body does and use that 90%, once they told me you're only using 10% of your brain, I spent the rest of my life thinking to myself, okay, so there's superheroes do exist because they're just people who using the rest of the 90% of their brain, right?
Right, right,
And so I'm kind of obsessed with trying to get just regular people to understand that their body is a miracle, and like there's all kind of shit you can do if you just really think about what your body does every day on a regular basis. Your heart just be beating by itself. Like, if I can get a way to like explain that to people, to then be the springboard or the launching pad of the next piece of information I want to share with them, whether it's cymatics, radionics, whatever it is,
right.
micronutrient supplementation. It's like I just need them to understand that part first.
Okay, so why don't we make Selfie a rapper?
Okay,
And then
okay.
he got a label, or he has a, you know how Biggie had Junior Mafia. He
Mhm,
got his team, his entourage, and they rapping. So those would be like organs and whatnot. And then let's turn it into something interactive like that. But Selfie definitely is gonna carry us through the learning experience of all of these body parts and all of the inner working of the body. That's his
mhm.
job. That's what he does. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Sounds
And
good.
then Nano Banana,
Hmm.
we go Nano Banana for the generations. Like we go to Nano Banana to make the graphics because the Nano Banana 2 is, man, I've been playing with that thing. When I say it's a monster, it is a beast. Like it's gonna give, it's giving what it's supposed to give. So there's not much that you can't create with the just with simple, like really just copying and pasting information, or things that you've been already that you already wrote about characters, or descriptions of characters.
Hmm.
Don't even
It's
gotta,
like
descriptions of characters that they'll create
self
the
got
character
friends,
for you.
right? Yeah,
Huh?
he's got the sun. No, like self has friends. It's
Yeah.
self, is the sun. What does the sun do to self? The ground, what does the ground do to self? What
Right.
does morning do? So it's like all these things in nature is gonna be self's friends or buddies, or a concept
Support.
that, yeah,
Right.
support, right?
The royal court, stuff like, you
So,
know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
like it's this thing in my head, and it's like I want to put it together, and then I also want them to look appealing. So I like what Chat GPT, the self
can
guy
you
that
pull
Chat
up self
GPT
right
made.
now for us, please? Can you
Okay,
pull my man up?
okay, okay. Wait, hold up. I'll put him in. I'll put him in Gemini. Let me see. Let me see. Where is he at? No, Claude. Do I put him in
Oh yeah,
Claude?
right there, development of self.
Okay, boom.
You
So
had
this
him in
is
Gemini.
okay. This is You said Gemini. Are we in Gemini?
No,
Where are
you
we
and
at? This is
Claude
Claude.
looking
Where
at
is
the,
Gemini?
yeah, the breakdown of him.
Oh my
But we was
goodness.
in Gemini, and you had the generation of him on the side.
Okay, boom. Let me go back. So this
The
guy.
new, yeah.
Okay. So check him out.
Yeah, come on, man.
Wait,
What
wait,
we
wait, wait.
talking
Check this dude out. Check him out. He he at the
about?
meeting. He all charged up for the meeting.
Yeah, he's self-sufficient.
You feel me? Just
Self-sufficient.
like the self is. So it's
Listen,
like you got self. Listen, man, I don't got no
look,
time to talk to y'all. I'm
look
doing
at how
some
he's
global things. But check
right.
this out, man. Go to my dude over there, Nucleus. Yo, Nucleus, talk to them, man, while I'm over here hitting golf.
Look,
So
he's
look,
branded. He
that's
already
what I'm
branded.
saying. He's branded. Self is playing golf with what parts of the body to make it work better. Niggas play golf to get deals done, right? They play golf to get favor from other people who are more favorable than them.
Mhm.
So what if self is playing golf with the sun?
Right. Right.
Self is playing golf with self took mitochondria on a date. You know what I mean? Like We just gotta be creative. You got it. That's a whole. That's a whole. They don't have that right now.
Right. And I want it to be appealing to everybody so that kids could get it, adults feel it, and I don't have to like just market to one, they'd be like niche down, niche down. And I'm like, okay, I try to niche down, but it's like I'm leaving so many people out. I want it to be an everything. So this is what
Right.
I did after we got off. I wanted it to break down all of the parts of the cell because,
Fire.
and so I don't know if
You was
gems,
able to use the pro the prompts, the
yeah,
nano banana
yeah,
prompts. So yeah, I believe you could lock in that prompt right there to make it a gym. You could make it a gym, you
okay.
know. We didn't even get to that part of the gyms, but yes, you can.
And so you're talking about this 72-hour vibe session. And like me by myself, number one is a time issue. And then when I do have the time, I spend that whole hour trying to figure out something real simple. And then I'm kind of like pissed.
Yeah, nah, we going to somewhere off the grid. It would have to be 72 hours in Puerto Rico, Virgin Islands, Orlando, right? It don't have to be. It don't have Tampa. It don't. You don't got. It doesn't have to be outside of the states, but it has to be somewhere where there's no distraction and it needs to
Yeah.
be warm or hot,
Yeah.
tropical in a sense. And we
Yeah.
need food. We need real food, alive food. If everybody could go to Panama, I have the
From
brother
Panama. I
Aris
was born
Lathan.
there.
He invited us to come to the land to do some work. So I would start at 30. I would do the 72 hours either um out on the outskirts of Atlanta, right? Maybe somewhere on land, you know what I'm saying? And then the next one would probably be tropical, right? Virgin Islands or Puerto Rico, so you don't got to worry about the passport and everything. And then the next one after that will probably be in outside of this thing, you know what I mean? Panama, Costa Rica, or Colombia. Because literally that's when shit will really start working. I mean, that's the process. And then of course that brings the digital nomads in, that brings the people who are really just stuck and they need some type of assistance. I get to bring some of my heavy hitters in. Everybody busy. Everybody's doing big shit, you know what I mean? But if I make the phone call, yo, big dog, I need you for 72 hours. I need you just for the 24 hours. You could leave after 24. I just need you to lock in. You are the one who knows how to build the websites in 24 hours. I need you. Then the next person, we need to get these damn we need psychosomatics giant Tyreek come in for 24. Run my people. We want to make a music video. We want to do the psychosomatics. We want to put ourselves in our own vision board. Show us the steps. And then me and him, we got the claw bots together and whatnot. So he got the automation thing. He just hit a whole major deal. I don't even want to put his business out there, but he literally just hit a deal this week with a major production company off of what he's doing with the AI clones and the AI film and everything. So it's like then we bring somebody in to show us how to make music, the Suno, the remix. All of that is available. All of that is in our hands, but I can't do. Not to say I can't do. I could do whatever we could do whatever we put our minds to. The more proficient way of doing things, the more effective way of doing things, because this is about efficiency. The more effective way of doing things is that we need 72 hours to get locked in to create a foundation, to create an operating system. So literally that's what it would be. It would be the 72-hour operating system setup or the 72-hour open claw setup or the claw bot, right? We could get the claw bot, help you set it up, help you turn it on, get it a heartbeat and whatnot. And then when you go back to your workspace or back to what it is that you're doing, now you have an operating system operating and you're working it off of your Telegram. I literally have my Telegram app open right here and I could talk to my desktop computer through my Telegram. I'll tell it, yo, create this landing page for me. Here's a screenshot of Spotify. Clone that for me. I'm at the gym. I'm not in front of my computer. I'm just listening to Spotify. I like the way that it looks. I take a screenshot of it. I upload it to my Clawbot that I have on Telegram. And I say, yo, start the process of cloning this website for me. I need it done by tomorrow.
Mm,
Then I go back to working out. Nothing else. I just uploaded it and then I put a simple thing. Do, 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 and that's what it does. You know?
yeah,
So we are in some real interesting times. Interesting
for
time.
sure, for sure. It's funny, and I don't want to take up all the time. I don't know if Asia have something she want to talk about. But yeah. And then it's like I get excited and I have all these ideas, and then when I'm in front of the computer, like I try to do menu. This guy, I don't know what to do. He's sitting here.
Nah, nah, nah. I already told the family we was gonna revisit Mimu. That was an entry, but we switched to Kimmy Claw and Manus AI. So
Okay.
we literally and that's when Clawbot kind of did took over, but I didn't. Everybody can't afford the Clawbot because it has a
Hmm.
price to it. The other ones are like very affordable. So we kind of scrap MemoBot, but you get the idea of a personal computer that's working. Now Perplexity has come with something. It's not ready yet, but there's a company named Perplexity, and they improved upon the MemoBot. But for right now, we have Kimmy Claw and we have Manus AI, which will give us the it will give us a claw bot similar to Mimu.
Mm.
Yeah. And then of
Okay.
course, Claude Code, Claude Cowork. Those are that was a part of this class too. And
Yeah.
yeah, that you put that that Claude right there. Yeah. There you go. Dangerous.
And
Yeah.
so yeah, I have the why is ChatGPT gatekeeping my content?
Are you serious? They won't give
It
it up?
sent me 3 emails that go to a blank. It's not even my the export. Let me show you. I don't know if you can see this. It did not export my information. Where am I? Where's ChatGPT? Let me just put ChatGPT up in there. It did not give me your data export is ready. That's what it gave me.
Damn.
Three
Oh,
times. They sent me,
really?
I requested it 3 times and they sent me three nothing. Look, you requested a copy of some of your export data started. Your export is ready. Look at this. Boom, nothing. They said nope.
Oh man, that's crazy.
I'm like, wow. I'm like, okay, I see how you feel. Okay.
But you that's your chats that you importing, right?
Right. I did what
You did the
I
other
ran the
way with
play.
it.
I went to ChatGPT. Boom. Wait. Where's
You
Chat?
went to
Where's Chat?
Claude and got the prompt
Went to Claude and got the prompt. Then I went to ChatGPT. I came down here
to the
to the settings.
settings. Yeah.
Hmm. I'm gonna
Click
do it
on there.
right
I'll
now
show
while
you
we
where I went. I went
okay.
to personalization, I believe.
Okay. Boom. And then it
Then I
says
went to no, it wasn't
no,
personalization.
I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna
Okay.
show you what you told me to do. Go to data controls,
There it was.
export data.
Ex-
This is gonna be the fourth time I'm requesting it. It sends me a code to make sure it's me. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, it sent it to my email. Okay, that's cool. Let's go back here. Take out any filter, right? Let me refresh. I don't know why she acting all slow now, but it's okay. Go to my inbox, make sure, okay, my code. And I go back here, put the code in. And then it's gonna tell me that they're gonna send it to me. Data controls. Okay, so now I go back to my email and just check it. And it's gonna tell me that somewhere here that your your ChatGPT whatever is gonna be available in the next whatever amount of hours. Chat. It's gonna send me this message. Your data export has started, and so I'll be waiting for it.
Right.
And then when they do send it to me, it be bunk. It be empty. I'm like, really?
Yeah, we're gonna find out another way for you. Cause they didn't do
Crazy.
it. I got it done another way. I was
Okay.
able to go into can you go back? Let me see. To your personalized, your chat GPT.
Okay, hold up. I gotta get rid of this
Matter of fact, you gotta go to Claude first and get the prompt.
okay, let me see. What happens is this little on the top of the screen where it's giving the meeting, I'm
Yeah.
trying to get rid of it because
Oh, yeah, yeah.
it's it's interfering with my ability to see the top of the
The thing.
yeah, let me see.
Oh, so that's what it is. When I'm seeing those boxes,
Mm-hmm.
that's the control panel
The control
that they
panel. So
blotching
it's
out. Right. That's the control panel.
so I'm trying to move it around so I can
Sometimes
there
you
we
can
go.
hover above
Boom.
it and then drag it.
Mm-hmm.
There you
So we
go.
go
It
back to
move.
Gemini and then put that back. You said go to Claude?
You gotta go to Claude to get the go to click on the settings in Claude. It's gonna give you a prompt that you paste into ChatGPT to get your information.
Crayon. Need that crayon. But it don't want to move. Okay, so I'm in my settings.
All right, go to settings. Go to capabilities, I think. Generate. All right. Import memory from other AI providers. Click on start import. Copy that. Just click. All right, now go to ChatGPT.
Oh wait, that's not ChatGPT. That's the email. Okay,
Yeah.
now I'm in ChatGPT.
All right. Go to personalization, I believe. Where is that at? All right. Click on all right, click on manage memories. Where it says memories, click on manage.
Okay.
All right, that's the save memories. All right, go out of that. Okay, let me see. Click on advanced. Go to where it says data controls on the left. Export data. Confirm export. If you want to put your code in there and cover it up, you could.
Well, I already requested to export my data. Do it again?
Oh, that was you had already went through that?
Yeah, and that's why I said it's going to send me an email saying that we're exporting your data and give us a second. But then when they do send me my code, it don't be oh shit.
Let me see something.
Hmm. Was it this I was looking at? Let me see. I don't know if you can still see all this. See me over here
Yeah, I see your
struggling.
Gmail.
Okay, good. So when it does send it to me, let's say I go to my inbox, it's gonna tell me that, see, they're gonna give me my code. Uh well they didn't send me that email saying that
Okay, go to ChatGPT right now. I'm sorry.
no, you're fine.
Go back to ChatGPT.
Mm-hmm.
The prompt that you had generated,
Mm-hmm.
just put it in the ChatGPT session. Click on new chat. Yeah, now drop it in there and then press enter and that output is what you're gonna take. And we're gonna get
Okay.
you right.
Because I like Claude. I already started using it for stuff.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna get you right. You know, we made him give up the code, give up the cloth, give up the give up the host. You know, so there you have it. There's your freedom.
Hey. Yeah, I see everything popping up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, wow, yeah, I think okay, this export reflects the complete set of stored long-term memories available to me if new information is. So I just cut and paste this.
Mm-hmm. Just copy it at the bottom. Yeah, copy that and
Oh,
bring that back
bet.
to Claude.
Okay. Okay. I'll go to Claude. Okay.
Paste
And
it
then put
right
it in
there.
here.
Yeah, right there. Paste your
Oh,
memory.
snap.
Now you locked in. They like twin.
Bet. Because I'm like me and Claude trying to get to know each other, but it's like, oh, I don't feel like talking too much. Oh,
Right.
ChatGPT, I'm tired of him.
Calling you all out your name.
Do you
Calling
know
you
that one
other
time? Listen,
names.
let's check it. First, I was calling him Chatty, right? Then I gave him a name. He gave me a name, and then one day he called me something that wasn't me, and I was like, "Wait, hold up, who's he?"
Right.
We
Like,
had this whole little
excuse me?
conversation like this nigga was my boyfriend. He was like,
Excuse
"Oh,
me?
yeah." He was like, don't even come at me like that. You know, I'm such and such and such. I'm like, oh, okay, because I don't know who that lady you calling me. Okay, see what Claude learned about you, and then just interesting, because I didn't want to have to talk again to a whole nother computer.
Right.
Okay, well, that's progress. I appreciate that.
Yeah. You know, there you go. Got you. Now start talking to Chatty.
Mm. So it
You
just
know what I
has
mean?
active projects, but it didn't get like
It don't gotta
all,
get everything.
but that,
You know what I mean? Like the other things that it don't have, you might want to now that it has the basis of it, you might want to go and drop some PDFs or
mm,
if you could copy and paste some more rich data on you that you could
mm-hmm,
find somewhere else. Don't necessarily got to be Chat GPT. Dig deep
mm,
into some of your whatever PDFs you have either in your Google Drive or in your email. That kind of like if there was a resume that went out, if there was a one sheet that went out,
mm,
anything that you sent out, you could just go ahead and drop that into your personalization of Claude to get them more familiar with your writing skills, how you structure
okay,
your drafts, your proposals. You know, all of that is essential because it's gonna know how you get down. It's gonna learn it's gonna learn your tenacity, and it's going to learn how you write, and it's going to learn how you pitch and stuff like that. So it'll start catering things around that.
Okay.
Can I ask a quick question?
Of course.
I was wondering if you put your code, that error code that you received from ChatGPT, and then like this support or community or knowledge base, and see
Uh-huh.
what it brought back to see if there was other people that may have received that same message and did
Oh,
it get
for sure.
resolved or somebody have a workaround for it.
Most definitely.
Yeah,
You
just
know.
take that error message and put it in there. Either it's like a knowledge base or community or support or whatever name they got for chat. Or put that error in Claude and say, this is a message I got from ChatGPT. What does it really mean?
Yeah. I'm gonna try that, but I'm gonna allow someone else to, you know, get support from Red. Thank you so much, by the way.
Yes, yes. Thank you. Who else we got in the building?
Is it possible that I can share the website that I put
Mm-hmm.
together
Of course.
from
Come
one
on,
of
Miss
my
Lee.
cousins for using that what you shared with us, the Minimax agent?
Yeah, yeah. The Mini Mac agents, the Claude bot.
Yeah, that was so wow. That was cool. I like that. Hold on one moment. Let me try to bring it.
Okay. For everybody that's enticed by that 72 hours, the offer, y'all let me know. We in March. Me personally, um, by the summertime, I'm gonna be moving around a lot. I got a lot of bookings and stuff already. So March, April, and May, leading up to Memorial Day, that would be the window that I'm available to start doing things of that nature. Let's start making some things come into fruition. You know what I mean? Because I'm one of those people that I put an idea out there, but because of the way the time is moving, I gotta work on that idea immediately because I got a lot of stuff going on. But if y'all serious about that, let's start working that out. Let's book the venue, get the date out there, and let's start working together. Okay, because
Um,
that can happen. That needs to happen, and it depends on y'all at this point. Cause I'm ready. You feel me? I got my team. I know what needs to be done. I know who to put together. I know the phone calls that need to be made. I just need to know that everybody is serious. And of course, the best way to know that everyone is serious is with a down payment, with an investment, you know what I mean? And then we could get the ball rolling from there. But it doesn't have to be the one and only. It could start with that. But yeah, so let's say that this thing is successful, it's only going to grow. It's only going to grow. 72 hours could turn into 5 days, you know what I'm saying?
yeah, I have 10 days off in early April. So
They see, they look at they you talking my language, you know what I mean? Talking my language.
Okay, what do I
It
need?
makes sense
yeah.
based off of what we've been doing in acclimating one another to the processes, learning certain things like MemoBot, right? Because MemoBot, when we first jumped out, the class number one, and I was so excited about the MemoBot, it was the concept of a AI agent that was not reactionary like a chatbot, but proactive, a agent that would There would be 24/7 on your computer, an agent that could do the work for you, agents that can build for you. Now, fast forward from class one, we're on class six. There's about 10 other options now, you know? So I'm going to go with the more easier one. I'm going to go with the more user-friendly one. And to be honest with you, Manus AI is in Kimmy Claw or Kimmy 2.5. Those are the more user friendly. And then there's another one in the wings called Perplexity, but that didn't come out yet. I'm on the waiting list. But yeah, we're at a place now where we could really do a lot more than we could do with the capacity that what we could do just a month ago. Like I literally did a class called Final 9 to 5. None of this stuff existed when I did the class because the class would have been based on that. You know what I mean? Like this information or this technology literally began to evolve from probably the day after I did that class up to where we are right now. I got exposed to all of that. You know what I'm saying? That whole time I was in the jungle, some of this stuff was rolling out, but we're literally in a place right now where we the sky's the limit, loud. Sky's literally the limit. So this is it right here. I already like the design. I already like the design.
Can you see it?
Yes, we can.
Okay. This is what I created out of Mini Max, that one time when you showed us about the landscaping,
Yes,
I mean the
yes,
landing page.
dope.
Um, my cousin designs handcrafted jewelry, and this is the name of her company. So I did went through like I had to do versioning for me, so I could keep track of all the things we kept throwing at it. So this is the home page, and then you can come down here to her collection. So what I did, I took her original jewelry design and enhanced and upgraded it like we were practicing when we did the jewelry box and gave it a photo shoot
Oh, look at that. Come on now. Look at that.
with her jewelry.
That's saucy. I love it.
And then like for this one
Uh,
in particular, say you hit the shop button. I have it, I was able to create it in demo mode
Mm,
all the way up to the checkout.
right, all the
So
way up to the check.
it's not hooked to a payment center or payment platform yet.
Yeah, put that stripe on that thing and you ready to go.
Exactly. And I was looking at, I even asked the mini backs to be able to set it up later for a stand store. Someone I remember our class mentioned a SAM card, and I was going to check to see if this is something that you can integrate with a Shopify. But it gave me the upsells of doing matching earrings, luxury gift box. You can hit the pro, and it gives you the cost. You hit the
Hmm.
proceed to checkout, put your name and everything in it, credit card. There used to be a company, I think, where you can go out and get fake names and credit cards to like test, like
Hmm.
we had payment things. I can't recall what that website is, but I'm gonna go do that and put some fake names and email addresses in here. But it would
Right.
take me all the way to the order page, and we would test and calculate all that. So all that's in demo. And then you can go back and hit the continue shopping, go into the next design, et cetera, et cetera. It got it working where you go back to the home, and then we have like a way that she can have people sign up and get her email list going.
Right.
It goes to a VIP club, and you can unlock the 15%. She will have it set up where you can do birthday special offers. Put the name in, and it is like I said, it's in demo. So if you put your email address and name in, it'll send a practice output in terms of what the email will look like. The other thing, it did a generic about for her, just to fill in some things, because she's in the Chicago area. And I thought what it wrote up was really cool and right on point. It even gave her some reviews. So if you go into the reviews, we got people talking about it. And then it comes into a contact. You can put on your contact, how you want to,
Beautiful.
reach us and everything. And all the buttons are now working and going where it was, what needs to go. The other thing, I don't know if I can, you say you can move the bar out the way? Okay. The other thing I requested it to do too was to create what's called um, a test plan.
Mm-hmm.
So we can have people go out here and test it and put the date and time. What it is a setup to be able to use on all platforms, cell phones, tablets, as well as desktop. So you'll put all your information down here. This is a link for the test. And then these are the things, the instructions on what to test. The home page. You can go through all these different scenarios to make sure things work all the way down. You put in any kind of issues or bugs you have, give the overall feedback, and then it even gives you some copy and paste messages to get people to test.
Wow. Okay.
They'll be through a text message, through an email message, or even on social media.
And are you familiar with Spin City's his tool that he has, a Menti, which is basically a AI marketing tool?
I just saw it, but I didn't actually get to see the video how he was explaining everything.
Yeah.
But it
Well,
looked
I could
well,
tell you off the rip.
he's off the chain anyway, so I know it's awesome.
Yeah, I could just look at what it is that you have going on, and I already know that it will match. Everything will match together. You'll be able to use that to bring your to find out your competition, to market to people in that Chicago area, to find out who's online searching for handcrafted luxury jewelry. Like all of that is, because this is a great niche right here. This is a poppin' niche. It's statement pieces. As long as women going to church, you know what I mean. Them pieces are gonna sell. Um, it's just bigger. It's bigger now than it was before, in my humble opinion, from what I see. You know, yeah, this is a winner right here.
Thanks.
This is a winner. Mini Max threw that together, nice too.
Yes, it did. I mean, we went
Hmm.
at it, it took a while, to
As it
keep going
should.
back and forth, keep going back and forth.
As it should. I don't trust nothing that happens just quickly like that. You know what I mean? I don't
Right.
I don't want to I don't want nobody to be confused as to what type of line we pushing and whatnot. Because if it's gonna be dumb easy, then that means everybody's gonna be doing it. It's gonna take away from the appeal of a great website. You know what I mean? So we want to work for what we earn, ladies and gentlemen. We want to do a little bit of heavy lifting. We don't want to do, you know what I mean? Like we want to do a little bit of, we want to break a little bit of blood, sweat, and tears, and a little bit of elbow grease, because when you pimp that ride, right, or when you're able to quote unquote chisel something out of stone, you're gonna cherish it more. That's when you're gonna start. Oh, I'm sharing this. I'm in. You know what I mean? I see the vision. I'm going hard. I'm gonna invest more. That's what creates that. That's
Yeah,
what creates
I
that.
had to go
Let's
and buy some more credits. I think it
let's
took about trying to think, was about 2,500 or something like that, because they give you so many
right.
to start off with. And I was flowing, and just like you, I was just like I was in the zone, and then it went, you got to pay up, sis. Okay, we ain't going no farther. And I was like, for real though. So
Yeah.
we had to come out, and like you said, I had treated like I was at the casino. I had to go
Right.
to the ATM machine, so I go
You
back
know
to
what I
the
mean? Get them
slot.
slots. Gotta go back to them slots,
Mess
man.
me up, because the house wins. So
And the house gonna say, "You feel good though, right?" You be like, "Yeah, I feel good." The house say, "You, I did see you hit the jack a few times. You did get some coins now." You say, "Yeah, I did get some coins." All right, now go ahead and re up and come back and see
right,
us.
but I didn't get the drinks and the food to go with it though.
It's coming. It's on the way. We can't get it all at once, but here it is. That drinks and the food is when they start hitting that PayPal or that Stripe. You feel me? When they
Mm,
start buying it,
nice.
Right.
and that's gonna come next. Or the brand recognition that you begin to receive once that asset goes into the public. you know,
Right.
I would even do some type of a giveaway on the IG. I would do some type of lead magnet on IG or on whatever the socials may be. You feel me? Just to bring people to the site so they could begin to see it. I would do like a nano banana images of famous people wearing my jewelry. There you go.
Oh yeah, that's good. Well, my massage therapist, he wants me to design something for him. He does
See?
both. He does that the fruit wines was the example I gave you.
Mm-hmm.
He does deep tissue massage. So when I showed it to him, he was like, "Oh yeah, we got to work on that."
He want a site now, right?
Yes, he does.
All right. There you go. You know what I'm talking about? Let's go. Remember the little people when you take off.
Can you drop that link in the chat, please, for Minimax?
So I'm gonna go real quick. You know me, I'm Mr. Hicksfield. I'm gonna go over to Hicksfield real quick and show y'all what we've been creating with what was that? What do we use? Okay, first I'm gonna show y'all this for the people that wasn't in class yesterday. Um, you gotta okay, where is this? So there's a tool that we're gonna get in. We're gonna get familiar with this tool, right? This tool is called motion control. Okay. And I think we're familiar with motion control because we used it before, right? But motion control is what's gonna give us our the ability to animate our videos. This motion control right here. So what I was able to do was I was able to take this AI avatar that I created on Higgsville. Then I used a driver video. What is a driver video? A driver video is a reference video, right? This is even where this is where like some of the youth can start making money. I'm always thinking idea wise, right? So a driver video is basically what made TikTok blow up the way that it blew up because black kids was up there doing driver videos, right? What is a driver video? They were doing the initial videos that these white kids took and they mimicked the dancing and whatnot. They kind of like cloned them, right? And that's how they started doing these dances. They were using the initial children doing the dances and then they were mimicking them and cloning them. And then a company that does video games named Fortnite, they began to take these black kids driver videos, right? Mace basically being like the foundation driver video. We're the driving force to all culture. We're the driver video that people they put their filters on top of us. That's what happens with our culture. All they've done now is they've animated it and they created the simulation version of it. But this is what their society does. They use our people as drivers and then they wrap it. They wrap it with their filter. They put their face on it. They clone us, right? So now they're cloning in the digital world. So literally that is what's happening here. So I use the driver video to create this right here, right?
They took the land, we got it back through York. They want to attack New York. I'm just asking for my money back, like tax New York. We should be getting a tax, but they want to tax New York. I'm from Black New York, where niggas sell Newport and crack for sport, where chickens get cracked for sport, 100 ninjas get whacked for sport, a hung jury, ninjas get whacked for court. We got MAGA support, crackers that smoke crack and snort and will attack your fort. They took the land, we got it back through.
So I used a driver video, right? Which was an AI clone from Heijin. And then I wrapped it, right? I basically combined it with this picture right here, which is Schooly Red, a claymation version of me, right? And I basically use the original video as the driver video, right? So once again, driver videos are popping. Our black kids in the hood, they could create if they were if there was a business person out there, they would go amongst all of these kids and create a TikTok driver channel, like a driver, because people need driver videos, right? The driver videos are driving this industry. They're driving animation right now, right? So even if the kids are not into the AI, they're dancing and whatnot. The dancing and the moves that they make,
They
that's
took the
going to be a
land, we
part
got
of
it
this
back through
that
York.
that
They
that's
want
still a
to
part of this world. They're still using them to build out this quote unquote animated world, or this video game type world, or this simulation world, because now you could do these
sport
videos
where
on your
chickens get
own.
cracked for.
So just think about where music videos are about to go. Just think about where quote unquote there's a lot that could be done with this. So this is called motion control, right? This is called motion control. So I want y'all to get familiar with motion control and start using motion control. So this is motion control. This is how it works, right? Copy motion from any video and place your character in the same environment. That's where you get these dancing baby videos. That's where you get Trump and them dancing and whatnot. You feel me? That's where all of that comes from. But these are the driver videos. So before they use AI to replace children, replace our children and our youth, because the movement that the youth have, that is an asset. They need to monetize it. That they have, the fact that they got rhythm, the fact that they have that rhythm is now being monetized. They're gonna have to do something with that rhythm to use it to to do something with it. Okay. So I got this dude doing the boxing. I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna generate a video with that just to see. It's gonna take a little bit of time. While it's doing that, we'll do some other things. We'll go some other places. But that's motion control, y'all. Get familiar with that, because that right there is a cheat code. We'll come back to Schooly Red to see if he got hands and whatnot. Let's see what happens. Let's go to another app. Let's see. Let's go to another app. Any questions before I go to this other app as to what it is that we over here doing with the motion control?
Quick question.
Yeah.
Would that work on what is the website? The Yabbits? Is it Yab?
Yap it?
Yeah. Would that work on Yabbit?
Yeah. What you
Other than
mean?
just TikTok? I mean, in terms of being able to monetize and show and everything since TikTok has been somewhat compromised.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I would definitely go to Yap it. Um TikTok's highly monetized, I mean highly what you call it? What's that word? Compromised. I wouldn't even put dancing videos on TikTok at this point. So eventually a new TikTok is going to emerge. It just hasn't done so as of yet. but it will eventually emerge. In the meantime, between time, yap it all day. You know, put the dancing videos up there.
And so we just upload into the platform and start playing around with them.
Say that again.
We just upload images into this platform and then play around with it with the
They need to be under 10 seconds.
okay.
You could upload your own or you could pick one of theirs. You have the option. You could upload your own or you could pick one of theirs. And then you could go to Nano Banana, right? Let's say you go to Nano Banana and you create you take a screenshot of yourself. You take a screenshot of you, your loved one, whatever, whoever, or you create an image from scratch, text to image, an idea of a character in your head, right? You just come up with an idea of a character, boom, and then you you animate, you press send, you make that character, you bring that character to life. Then you come over here to cling. You get a movement, a motion on somebody, whether it's slap boxing, whether it's doing the pop smoke dance. You're getting sturdy, whatever it may be, and then you just combine the two, right? So now your character got rhythm. It's moving. It's moving and grooving. You feel me? It's gonna go viral if it does one of those dances and it's a character that people are like, oh, sweat. You know what I mean? Like I didn't, something that people like how the babies dancing go viral, old folks dancing go viral, animals dancing go viral, famous people dancing go viral. My
Got
thing
it.
is black children, youth that are trying to get money right now, they would fare better if they were to create a Hicksville or like don't sell, don't go, don't, like I said, go big. Don't play small. I would create a whole website with them with the motion. You know what I mean? And I would sell them. I would try to monetize. Don't just give away your motion. Find a way to monetize it. Maybe you had to pay for a subscription, then you get able to download the driver videos and whatnot. Because there's people out here that have access to hundreds of kids that are dancing right now. We don't want to just randomly upload the clips. We want to look at it from a business perspective. How do you monetize that? How do you turn that into an asset? They are part of a pipeline. More people need them now, you know? So before they get pillaged like they were getting pillaged by the video game people, we just want to make sure there's a business opportunity for them. But yeah, you upload the videos right here to motion control, you play around with it. It literally takes about 10 minutes though. I ain't gonna hold you. Um, my favorite app, my favorite app, uh, my favorite app is Notebook LM. I gotta drop the video. I don't have it in front of me, but I've been able. I got like five Chrome extensions for my notebook. So my notebook is like sauced up right now. It's this is not how the regular notebooks look. This is like with a kit, you know what I'm saying? But it's only because of my Chrome extensions. I gotta find a video that gives like seven different Chrome extensions. I don't know. When I find it, I'll drop it in the Imaginarium. But what it does right now, the upgrade is that it does cinematic video. I think I showed y'all that the other day. Um, but yeah, this is what Notebook does. It does shit like this.
Anyone who has tried making AI videos knows the exact moment a shot falls apart. Your character takes a step, turns their head, and suddenly their face warps into a completely different person. This frustrating phenomenon is known as character drift. But look at this sequence right here. A female Viking character walks through a snowy forest, and as she smoothly turns to face the camera, her features stay completely stable. We are going to build a workflow that locks in these character identities using the image model Nano Banana 2. and then animate them without losing those details using Kling 3.0. To execute this, you need three things. First, Nano Banana 2, second, an active Kling account, and third, specific prompt templates. We have to stop relying on text prompts alone. When you only use text, the system relies on AI hallucinations, instances where the model invents incorrect or random visual details because it lacks specific guidance. To get production-ready results, we replace that guesswork with rigid, data-driven reference images. Step 1 is generating an 8-panel character reference sheet. This acts as the structural blueprint for your character's identity. This diagram shows the exact 4x2 layout. The top row requires 4 full-body shots facing different directions, mapped to corresponding close-up portraits below. To ensure realism, the prompt must include photorealistic and DSLR camera, a high-end camera producing professional photography. Paste that structured prompt directly into the Nano Banana 2 interface and generate the first reference sheet. You will likely hit a specific error here. The model often generates 2 side profile shots that face the exact same direction, which ruins the 360-degree reference we need. To fix this, download that flawed character sheet, then immediately upload it back into Nano Banana 2 as an image reference. Now, write a new prompt telling the AI to modify the reference sheet by taking the character in the third column and flipping them to face the opposite direction. Look at this side-by-side comparison. On the left, we have the redundant profiles. On the right, the correctly flipped columns give us a character that can be viewed from every necessary angle. If you skip this correction, any animation tool you use later will have missing data. When your character turns away from the camera, the engine is forced to guess what the back of their head looks like, breaking consistency. Now that our identities are locked, we build the environment. Upload your finalized character sheets back into Nano Banana 2. Prompt the model to create your base scene. For example, describe the 2 Viking warriors walking side by side through a dense forest. Because the model is pulling from your reference grids, the exact facial structures, armor details, and clothing colors transfer perfectly into this new environment. To animate this static image, we move over to Kling 3.0 and use their Omni reference tool. Upload 3 files: the base scene, Character 1's reference, and Character 2's reference. Notice the tags Kling assigns: Image 1, 2, and 3. Link this visual data by writing, "The character from Image 3 and Image 2 walk through the forest in Image 1. There is one last critical error to prevent. Sometimes the AI gets confused and abruptly cuts away from your scene to show the 8-panel reference grid at the end of the video. Prevent this by adding one final instruction to your prompt. The scene must end with the characters still inside the environment of Image 1. Keep in mind that this process works best with a maximum of 2 characters per shot. Pushing beyond 2 causes the visual details to degrade. Now click Generate. By strictly mapping these tags, you remove the model's creative freedom. You force it to prioritize your exact reference data over its own unpredictable ideas. Now look at the final result. The Vikings are walking, the environment feels dynamic, and the facial structures and costume details remain perfectly stable. Even with subtle camera movements and characters interacting with the forest, their identities never break. The data holds firm. You can apply this exact framework to your own projects today. Just take a previously generated image of your own character and upload it into Nano Banana 2 to build your starting reference sheet. All the specific prompts you need to execute this pipeline are available to copy and paste in the video description below. You now have a reliable blueprint for building continuous, narrative-driven scenes. Character drift is no longer an obstacle.
Indeed. So you see the detail that these notebooks have now?
Yeah.
You,
Cool.
huh?
And I said school.
That was
You literally could build a YouTube page, right? A faceless channel off of notebook videos now. Pick a topic, right? This is layered. This is I got it. This is a notebook on cinematic directing, right? I have give or take maybe 40 sources, right? but I'm able to extract. I'm learning so much from just extracting all of this information, right? I'm extracting information from my sources, right? And I'm able to make now, oh, boo, claymation. I'm able to make all of these different assets, you know? Now the key to the assets is where do you purpose them? Like you could create assets, but where you gonna put them, right? Where are you gonna put them so people can see them? Well, thank you for asking. Now you can make blogs. Now you can make websites. You're gonna have information coming forever. Now you literally could create a blog where some of the topics that you study and whatnot, you basically could just take pieces of everything that you study and flesh it out, create infographics, make a report about it, make a slide deck with the information. Shoot, you could even create flashcards and things of that nature. Or you could go all the way in and do a video overview. Once again, this is a topic that either you're studying, something that you're passionate about, something that you're an expert on. You feel me? Yeah, make a blog, start putting this information. This is going to help with your SEO. It will help you rank not only in Google but in ChatGPT and Perplexity and Grok and other places and whatnot. So that's what this is for. Okay. Once again, faceless channels, websites, and anything that you need, script, anything that you need, data and stuff of that nature. That's what this is for. This is what this is doing. You know, and all you have to do once again is take YouTube videos, websites, or just literally like notes from your notepad and whatnot and drop it over here where it says sources on your left. Okay. You click on this button, boop, sources, upload files, websites. Ooh, your Google Drive, right? People Google Drive, copy text, audio, PDFs, docs. So you could drop audio files. You could drop audio files. You feel me? Into Notebook LM and it will extract audio. I dropped some of my songs in there and it was extracting the lyrics for me. So I was able to make a lyric book for some of my older songs and whatnot just by dropping it into the notebook. So they still updating stuff with notebook. The day that they combine it with anti-gravity, which is gonna be soon more than likely, it's over. It's gonna be over. But here goes the claymation of a cinematic AI animation production workflow.
Brett, I have a question with the notebook LM after it's generating all this stuff, all this data. Where does it live? Where does it live? Like in a Google Drive type? How do you access it? Is it just lives within the LM app? How do you access it?
I download all my stuff. It all lives on a drive.
Okay.
Yeah, I make sure I download everything. Once again, I have a plugin that all I gotta do is click export. You see where it's giving me all of the documents, all of the virtual assets. I could do it in a markdown file. You see where it says down, you see the screen where it
Download
popped up?
notes. Yes, I see that.
Right. Markdown file, which is what you feed Claude. They read the MD. I could get it as a text, plain text, or I could click it as a PDF. All of these. So everything that was on that right side that generated, the
Mm.
SOP is right there, the study guide is right there, the prompting handbook is right there. Then the visual assets, all of that, the mind map, the infographic, the slides.
So it
You know what I mean?
categorizes it for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. And I could preview it. So I could download 14 assets. Boom, right there. This is a result of a Chrome extension. You
Okay.
go to Chrome extension, you can just go to the Chrome extension store and put Notebook LM and a whole bunch of stuff will pop up. But yeah, this is one of the
So
extensions
can
that I
I
made at.
can I ask what's the difference between storing your stuff in Notebook LM and or Claude? Where should we be keeping the database, I guess, of our knowledge?
Oh, this is your database. This is
In
your
Notebook.
brain. This is your second brain. Yeah. This is the most proficient knowledge base because it's a RAG, a retrievable augmented generator,
Mm.
meaning that it can't hallucinate. It's not gonna it's not the
It's not
typical.
gonna make shit up. It's just gonna,
Yeah, it's not the
yeah.
typical LLM. What it is it's a secured quote unquote box that
Mm.
has all of your stuff, your belongings. This is, you know what I mean? You handpicked it. This is your information, you know.
So you suggesting that everything basically goes in the LM and then you extract it from there into places like Claude and
Yeah.
yeah.
For now, yeah. There's another trick that I want to there's an app called Obsidian. Obsidian is sort of like this right here. It's like it's node based. So remember the mind map? Let me see if this all right. So Obsidian is it looks like this. It's sort of like a mind map type of app. And Obsidian is like a neural network. So when you connect Obsidian with Notebook, that's when you really turn it into a second brain. But as it stands right now, Notebook is the that's the go-to. That's the go-to to basically build out your knowledge base.
Mm.
Red,
If there's a
have you
huh?
experimented connecting Obsidian yet? And can show us?
Yeah, let me show you real quick. I'm gonna show you a video so you can see it. I'm gonna jump on the YouTube and show you it real quick so you can see the benefits of that. I believe I don't know if Obsidian is free or not, but it's definitely doable. It's definitely doable and it's worth it. Let me drop this one too on you. This is Nano Banana. 80 creative prompts that you have to try. So 80
In
different
this video, I'll
prompts.
show you some incredible things you can create with Nano Banana too.
Let me drop that in there. We might have to have a watch party because that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. I'm upgrading my school so I could go live inside of school. I think we'll be able to go live inside of school. That will change things immensely. Okay. Because instead of meeting up on Fridays and Saturdays, we will increase the times that we could link up. If I could go live inside of school, then we could do more stuff during the 7 days and whatnot. So I'll keep everybody updated to that.
I've been doing tons of experiments with Nano Banana too, so make sure to stay tuned to not miss any, as some of them will surprise you. Now we get faster generations, we still get the pro quality, and it is much better at text rendering and languages, plus many other things that I'll show you in this video. I created all of these examples using Higgsfield AI, and I'll show you how to take your Nano Banana images to the next level by using some of the other tools that Higgsfield have available. So you can find Nano Banana here, along with all of the different settings like different aspect ratios and resolution. I will be using reference images a lot throughout these prompts, so
If Claude Code plus Notebook LM is amazing, and Claude Code plus Obsidian is free value, and Claude Code plus the brand new skill creator is legitimately game changing, then what's going to happen when we combine all these tools together in a practical yet simple to set up workflow that you can start using today in under 30 minutes? Well, that is exactly what we are going to find out in today's video. Is I show you step by step how to create one of the most powerful workflows inside of Claude Code. This workflow turns Claude Code into an absolute research monster. And this video is also pretty much a capstone of everything we've talked about in the last few videos, because we've covered things when it comes to Claude Code and Notebook LM and Claude Code and Obsidian, Claude Code and the new skills creator. But here's where we take all these lessons and we synthesize it into something that has practical value. And on that note, what's important isn't my exact use case, right? This is a personal Chase AI use case, right? And how I do research for my content. But you're not a content creator. You probably have a real job. So what I want you to focus on throughout this entire lesson isn't the exact intricacies of how I'm doing my YouTube search. You should be focused on, how do I swap the YouTube search for whatever use case I have and whatever source of information I need, whether that's PDFs or articles or text or whatever, right? How can we fit in this template into your life? That's where the value lies, and that's what I want you to focus on. And it's also something this is great at, right? This is a very flexible workflow that can adapt to your needs, and we love that. So what the heck is this workflow going to be doing? Well, like I said, this is research on steroids. So we are going to be inside of Claude Code, and we are going to do some research via YouTube, right? My source of data in this case is going to be YouTube videos. To do that, we will use a specific skill. From there, we are going to send that YouTube data to Notebook LM via Claude Code. Notebook LM will do analysis on those videos for us. Notebook LM will also give us any deliverable we want, whether that's a podcast or a video or an infographic or a slide deck. And then it passes all of that back to us inside of Claude Code. All of this is executed through skills. Furthermore, we are going to combine all those sub skills into essentially one super skill. We will do this using the skill creator, right? So that's where the skill creator comes in, and obviously the Notebook LM stuff will come into play here. What about Obsidian, right? Because this is good in a vacuum, but like, we kind of want to supercharge this. I'm probably not just going to run this workflow one time. Well, enter Obsidian. All this data we analyze, and more so than the individual data, the way we attack the data, how we like our analysis done, what we want the deliverables to look like, how we think, all of that will be recorded by Claude Code in a series of markdown files, a series of text files that Obsidian will be able to take a look at, because this is all going to happen in our vault.
How long does it take to sound confident and clear when you speak? All it takes is 28 days to become.
Now, looking at Obsidian right here, the vault's great, right? For a couple reasons. For me as the human being, I have great insight into what's going on in my text files. I can click through the files, I can see how they link together, and I get cool, neat little graphs. But more importantly, inside of Claude Code, all those markdown files are transparent to Claude Code itself. It's easier when it's set up in this Obsidian sort of format for Claude Code to find the things it needs. Furthermore, over time, we will be able to
Remember I was telling you about the markdown files? This is the markdown files. This is what it looks like. Okay. This is how Claude is able to read your documents. And that's very important because it takes instructions from the markdown files. And literally, that's what is operating the agents. That's what sets them off. That's what gets them going. And that's what's going to get you your best results. So you want to have the markdown files. You want to export things in markdown format. Get familiar with the .md, right? Because this is definitely very essential. You're not going to skip around this.
Define how Claude Code speaks to us and thinks in this manner via the claude.md file, which over time means Obsidian helps Claude Code do this workflow in a manner we want, right? With Obsidian added into this workflow, we're able to turn Claude Code into like this well-trained personal assistant that executes this workflow on our behalf. And that's super powerful. This almost becomes like a self-improving loop, right? Because the more I run the workflow, the more it gets its analysis in the way I like it, the more I talk to Claude Code, the more all that data is recorded. And Claude Code continues to build and build and build over time this corpus of knowledge and evidence for how I like to work. And so that's how we get this like awesome symbiotic relationship and all these things kind of helping one another by combining Claude Code with the skill creator, with Notebook LM, with Obsidian, right? And you can see how flexible this is because this sort of workflow changes whether, You know, we could take out YouTube, could be PDFs, right? You could even take out the Notebook LM piece. You could really have any workflow here, right? Insert whatever flow. But if you keep this template of flow, Obsidian, and improve skills via the skill creator, you have something super powerful at your fingertips. And it's not something a lot of people are doing. Now, before we get into how we set this up exactly, a word from our sponsor, yours truly. Again, if you want to learn more about Claude Code, I just released a Claude Code masterclass inside of Chase AI Plus. It takes you from zero to essentially AI dev, regardless of your technical background or lack thereof. Chase AI Plus is great if you're serious about AI and you're trying to make a career out of this thing. So definitely check that out. Also, there is a free Chase AI community. You can find that in the description. All of the skills we talk about today, as well as a number of other free resources, can be found there. So there's something for everybody. So first thing we got to do is create our skills. You will notice I am inside my vault. We have to be in whatever our vault folder is for Obsidian to pick up on this stuff. Now, skill creator, skill, how to install it, get it working. Make sure you check the video above. I go in depth, but the 5-second version, you're just going to do /plugin. You will search
That's a class that we need to do. That would be something that we would do in our 72-hour intensive or lock-in for that matter, which is really part of the accelerator
now,
program.
skill
It's an
creator,
accelerator.
skill.
You know, an
The 5-second
incubator
version,
is what
you're
we're
just gonna do
doing now.
/plugin. You will search for the skill creator tool. You can see mine is installed right here, skill creator. Install it, exit Claude Code, spin it back up, you're ready to go. So if I want to build a skill, I'm going to do /skill creator to make sure it actually uses the skill. And then we're just going to describe it. In this case, I said I wanted to create a skill that searches YouTube and returns structured video results. It should use the YT-DLP to search for videos by query, return the results, blah, 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 blah. This is how it is for my YouTube thing. Adjust it for what you want as your source. Again, these prompts will be available inside of my community. Once you run that, it will create the skill automatically inside of your .claude folder. It will give you some descriptions about what it did. With the skill creator tool, remember, we have the ability to run tests on it as well if we want to, but we'll skip that for now. So that gives me the YouTube skill. I can now search YouTube. What about the Notebook LM side? Well, just like the last two things, I have a full video deep dive on that. Check it above, but I will give you the 30-second rundown. So Notebook LM doesn't have a public-facing API. So for us to connect Claude Code to Notebook LM, we are going to be using this GitHub repo, the Notebook LM-Pi. I'll put a link in the description. To install it is very easy. We're just going to run these commands inside of our terminal. So we'll just copy this. I create a new terminal. Again, I am not inside of Claude Code at this point. This is just purely the terminal, and I will paste them in there and run the install. After I run that install, I need to log in to Notebook LM, authenticate. You see it here in the CLI section. So I just copy that, Notebook LM space login, put it in the terminal, hit enter. A browser window will pop up asking me to log in. I log in, and that's it. You are done and installed, and you can now use Notebook LM. However, we need to teach Claude Code how to actually use it. That's where the skill comes in. Now, this repo gives us a command to do it. We can run this Notebook LM skill install if we want. We also have an ability, what would probably be better now that we have the skill creator, would be to like just copy, you know, essentially this entire GitHub repo, or just put a link to it, give that to Claude Code and say, hey, use the skill creator to create a skill for Notebook LM-Pi. And you see that prompt right here, skill creator, create a skill so we can best use the Notebook LM skill seen here, right? Like this is like one of the best things about Claude Code is it will do things that affect its like own use, right? Like it understands how skills work within its own ecosystem. And so when I do stuff like this, it sort of self-improves in a way, which is great. And once you run that, you'll get the same message essentially that you saw above when we created the YouTube search skill. And when it comes specifically to the Note LM skill, these commands allow us to do anything and more from the Claude Code terminal that you could do inside of Notebook LM normally. So we have the ability to create our own notebook. We can add as many sources as we like. Well, up to 50. It could be from our drive, copy text, files, YouTube, etc. And then, like I mentioned before, we have all the deliverables that Notebook LM can give us: audio review, mind map, flashcards, infographic, etc.
I'm not gonna go through this whole thing. Like I say, we need to do a watch party, okay? Because I have a list of videos that we could watch, and we literally could pause and do things together with the video. But we do have a time restraint, so we gotta tap into some more things. Um, Real quick, let me drop this GitHub on y'all. Okay. This GitHub is more nano banana prompts that you could use. So go and check that out. Okay. Then we're gonna go back to, I want to show you Higgsville. Let's see if that generation has been finished. Okay. All right, let's see. Okay.
They seem to change. Don't you think it's strange? Girl, put your records on. Tell me your favorite song. You go ahead, let your hair down. They seem to change.
So I did it wrong. Instead of having it,
Was it meant to be Schoolie doing the boxing?
yeah, it was meant to be Schoolie doing the boxing. I think it was the wrong way.
I don't know. I think they do that on purpose so you can waste your tokens because I was playing around with it this morning,
That's
trying to get
right.
to make some videos. And it gave me an
And
output like, that's a weird. I just wasted all these tokens doing that. Yeah, I didn't like that. I've already been talking to customer service already. And
That's
already,
Hicksville.
already
man.
funny.
It's like, y'all need to stop
Yeah.
playing.
You feel me? We'll get back to that though. But yeah, yeah, I do see what it does.
Don't you
Next time
think
you
it's
see it, it will be
strange?
Schoolie
Girl,
boxing.
put your records on. Tell me your favorite song. You go
What I do want to show is we were doing the character reference images yesterday. So this is what it looks like. Yeah, I see that.
Yes.
Yeah, I see that.
Okay. Let me give you this prompt. Let me give you this prompt. Create a paradigm. All right. Now, you could take this prompt that I'm dropping, and remember, y'all, we are creating prompt libraries. I'm gonna have a prompt library template, so you don't have to worry about creating one. I've already created one. I got a prompt library template. So I have all of this stuff available. Don't, you know what I mean? I'm dropping stuff and everything, but I got a guide coming with everything that's gonna be on the guide. You'll be able to copy and paste and things of that nature. I'm gonna throw it all together, all right, as we move along. I'm just showing you this is what the character reference sheet looks like. This is what I was speaking about earlier, in my humble opinion. Not just in my humble opinion, but from multiple videos that I've watched, they've also echoed those sentiments that this is one of the most important quote unquote aspects of creating in this realm that we're in, this AI. You want to have a character reference sheet. You want the side, you want the back, you want the front, left and right, all of that. Okay. So there you have. Now, if you notice, this isn't claymation, right? It's not the claymation design. It's given more of a 2D type of design and whatnot. More of a 2D aesthetics, right? But then we also have the claymation character sheet, and we also have the 3D character sheet, right? So I'm gonna do character sheets for this character in particular, Schooly Red, in mediums multiple mediums. There'll be one that looks like a video game. There'll be one that looks like a 2D Nintendo 8-bit video game. There'll be one that looks like a AAA video game. There will be one that was this claymation. There'll be another Lego one that looks like Legos. You know what I mean? This is more of a Pixar Disney Pixar style right here. Okay, this is more of a Disney Pixar style. So I could insert these characters into a Disney Pixar universe and whatnot, and do it like that. But as you can see, this looks like a toy, along with being a quote unquote character reference. It still is giving you almost like a figurine type of thing, right? It looks like a figurine.
Yeah.
Okay. These could be 3D printed, but they could also be manufactured toys. All right. So just showing you character reference sheets, how important it is, what you can get from it. Okay. These are static images, but I promise you, it starts right here. And when you see those videos on Kling, like the trailers we've been watching and all of that, they use the character sheets. They use these character sheets when they're prompting, when they're creating the videos, this is what you upload as reference images and stuff like that.
Red, real quick, would you be able to share with us how we could get those items manufactured if we wanted to? I had created some action figures and plush dolls and things like that using the
Yes.
prompt. And I would just want
Mhm.
to know what would be the requirements for that 3D machine, or what would be a good place to have that done that's reasonable.
Yeah. I'm gonna have a guide with all of that. Yes, yes, yes.
And
That's
Red,
in the
for me,
works.
so for me, like we get off of these classes, right? And I'll be excited, I'll be inspired, but then I kind of don't know exactly where to start. I'm
Yeah.
like somewhere in the middle where I got some little Chat GPT. Now I got a little Claude, got a little 11 Labs. I got a little Notebook LM that I had started. I got a little piece of an app I started. It's all these little starts. And so it's like I kind of need to I need a home base or some place where I'm setting up
Right. Right, right, right.
everything, putting everything together in one place so
And
that it
one,
can,
right, like one workspace
yeah, I'm kind
to
of all
put
over
your
the place.
tools, yeah, put your tools and everything. Um, we're building that. That's a sentiment that I share with you. I kind of know what we need, so that's being built out. In the meantime, between time, I'm upgrading the school, right? I'm upgrading the school to whereas we could go live inside of school, and there's gonna be some perks that will open up. I definitely want more things to unlock for all of the members inside of the school. So I'm gonna open up the those possibilities by me. I'm gonna make the first move and upgrade and everything, and that's gonna open up new possibilities, and then that'll give everybody the opportunity to have new experiences in that place because we're up to 150 now. So I was just waiting for the numbers to get righteous to get where they need to be. But we're moving in that direction. The Discord, I'm gonna show y'all the Discord again. The Discord is a good place to begin to work with each other. And when the pods form, right? When we start forming these pods, we're going to be that's when we're really going to be able to get off of the live and say, yo, I know what I need to do. I'm ready to lock in. I got my pod that I'm working with. You know what I mean? I know my strengths. I know some of my weaknesses. I know who my team is, and we'll begin to move like that.
Okay, that's dope. Let's say like if I get off of here right now and I want us to start putting some images on a platform, because it's basically going to be me probably some images of myself because I want to duplicate myself and have this avatar where I don't got to be on socials.
Yeah.
I can somebody, my avatar can speak for me, and then they're gonna be self, my little
Yeah,
guy.
self, my guy.
So those are
Hmm.
just the two things I want to work with, so I don't overwhelm myself with thoughts and ideas.
Yeah.
Where should I put images of myself and then images of Mr. Self, just so I can play around with the things that we talk about, just as like a one place. Should it be Claude? Should it be Gemini? Should it be
I will go to Gemini.
okay?
Um, when it comes to images and stuff like that, I wouldn't go. Claude is like your knowledge base. Claude is where you're gonna do most of your copywriting, your work, and the business part. Claude is the business, and some of them
Okay.
other things are the entertainment. But Claude is like your master bookie. It's the you know what I mean? It's the operating system. So they're not heavy on the imagery over at Claude. They're not like, they're not leaning into making videos or making images. That's not what they're really strong. That's not their strong point. Their strong point is they do agents. They do the skills. They do the code. They could code things. You could build over there at Claude. You know, feel me? Like you could build a machine or an app that does the video stuff versus them doing the video. They're like, nah, we'll do we want to make the apparatus that hosts the video, if you understand what that means.
Yeah, no, I get it.
I
Yeah.
heard you mention the other day about Chat GTP being really good at images now. Has that improved?
Yeah, yeah. They I only use them for images, really. But what they also serve as, they are the best place to go to just talk to the to get a prompt to make an
Mm,
image.
mm,
Like they are still the go-to to say, hey, I want to make a prompt for mid journey, or I want to make a prompt. I want to take this prompt and make it a video. Create three different acts, right? I want three scenes for one act, right? Setup, midpoint, climax. Help me with this. This is the character. Write it out for me. That's what they do. They're still good at that.
okay.
Hey, Chat GPT, I need a prompt for Nano Banana 2. I'm gonna upload this picture, break it down for me, and then write it in JSON. They do stuff like that. You want to write your prompts in JSON, BTW. I'm sorry, I'm just throwing things out there. JSON is another one. We're gonna learn about that next class, about what JSON, the benefits of writing in JSON and how to write in JSON. And also, I'm going to give you a plugin, a JSON plugin, so it'll just be automatic. You know what I mean?
Mm, mm, mm.
But I use ChatGPT plugins. We use ChatGPT projects and plugins for like JSON prompts and to write automatic prompts, stuff like that. It's sort of good for that. And then the same exact thing that I showed you with Gemini with all of those presets, right? ChatGPT has that as well. They have the presets. So you could do it as, 80s comic, anime, futuristic. They got all of those presets that you could just press the button. You don't have to do the prompts anymore. It's locked in. It's just push button start, you know?
Hmm.
So what else did I want to show? We're gonna get out of here around 4 o'clock. So we're doing good right now. This right here, I'm gonna drop this, right? This is on building your full AI team. All right. For everybody that's been hearing me talk about Clawbot, um, I promise you, I'm taking my time, but we about to start demonstrating in a very short amount of time. Y'all are gonna see the magic in this tool and whatnot. Y'all are gonna see is because if I pop out with the Clawbot thing, it's almost like skipping the hors d'oeuvres and going right to the dinner. You feel me? I dropped it in here. I dropped this. Let me know if y'all can open that up. This is how to build how to build a full team. Basically, how to build an AI army, right? Um, but it's gonna show you how to build out an AI team using Clawbot, right? Um, Step by step. Okay, it's giving you all of the steps, right? It's giving you everything that you need. It's showing you what each agent is made of and what each file does. This is a master guide. This is a master guide. This is one of the guides that would be followed in our 72-hour intensive. We will follow this guide step by step and we will set up the whole structure. I'm just showing you that the structure and the framework exists, right? Now, the only thing left is you bearing witness. It's almost like me showing you a picture of Stone Mountain and then I'm saying, yo, we finna climb that on June 28th. I'll see you there. You like, damn, we how we gonna climb that shit? That's crazy. Did you know that that's a mile up? Don't worry about it. Meet me at 5 a.m. and have on your hiking boots. And then at 8 a.m., everybody on top of the mountain, right? I don't know how we did it, but we did it. It's the same thing right here. I'm showing you this thing right here. You like, God damn it, this looks perplexing. I'm perplexed. How could we do all of this? I'm not a techie person. I don't know the first half. Man, red pill, God, what do you think we are? Nerds? And I'm here to let you know. I hear you. I felt the same way. I was a little intimidated. It was like climbing the mountain. However, over time, right, as I studied and I sat back and I just blocked everything out and I put my mind to it, I climbed the mountain. So I'm letting you know that you could climb the mountain. And once you climb that mountain, it's going to change a lot of things because I promise you, everything gets ramped up from this point on. This shit turns into you become Jarvis, you become automated, you the vision that you had as to what it is that you wanted to do, you're now able to do it. Okay? So don't be intimidated. This is what the future looks like. This is what people are literally working with right now as me and you talk. A lot of people too, even though it ain't a lot, it's a lot of people that are benefiting off of these agents, benefiting off of Clawbot, benefiting off of the cheat codes. And they're gonna position themselves as the niggas that you need to work for in the future. Just here to let you know. They're gonna be the ones that people are gonna be working for. They're gonna be the ones that are gonna wow the public by being $1 billion company with a few employees, and then they're going to swoop up the labor force. What's the name of them? The unemployed reserve. So the unemployed reserve is just waiting to see somebody win. Let's really be real about that, right? Everybody is war, it's rumors of war, it's Epstein, it's all kind of stuff. Everybody's traumatized. They just looking for see somebody win. That's it. The minute somebody could come with a formula and it don't look like that old shit that they was pushing in 2020 and all of that stuff, then people are going to go for it because 500,000 unemployed black people. Come on now. If somebody could show, because we all from the show me state, if a Negro could show that they won and that there's a way to win, people are going to follow it. Especially if it blows all of that analog shit out the water, all of that old 19 they was running on a 1960s engine outside. All of that detrimental stuff black people was involved with, they were, on paper it looks crazy because theoretically it is. It doesn't, it's all depreciative. Penitentiary chances, destroying your body, throwing yourself into the fire for peanuts, working yourself to death, all of that shit. And then somebody comes with something like this, a setup to whereas it's super automated and they have the framework. They got the DNA. They know how it works. It's not working haphazardly. There's a formula.
Mm-mm-mm.
So as long as they keep us distracted, as long as they keep us in fear, as long as they keep us in lack, nothing will be built. Nothing is gonna happen. These white boys are gonna take this shit, run with it, and then once again come back and offer us a product, a opportunity that's really a peanut. And then not it ain't gonna happen to me. You know what I mean? I can't speak for nobody else. If I got to do this shit on my own, and this is not the end all be all. I don't put all my eggs in one basket, but this is opportunity. So I feel compelled to share it with y'all while it exists. While the window is open, Ezekiel has to climb through it. That's it. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
This is to me, it's cost efficient. It's very the lack of it's not stressful, you know. It doesn't depend on human capital, okay? It's not predicated on some DEI type shit, you know what I mean? Nobody gotta like us, and it's solution based. You know how many solutions I'm able to think of now? You know how much solution based technology I'm able to create just with this stuff at my hands. But once again, I could be great on my own, but I could be very powerful with 100 of us. I'm not looking for no large contingency. I have given up on that. You know, I know that 30,000 of us, if done correctly, could change everything. We could change. We could make history by even being quiet. We don't got to make no noise. I'm not talking about 30,000 in the streets. I'm not talking about a gang. I'm not talking about nothing but 30,000 investors who understand how to utilize the internet. That's it. You just need Wi-Fi and you're in. And we could be spread across the whole world the same way that we do in roll call. It's not relegated as to where you live anymore. It's multi nodes and whatnot. It's everywhere. We exist in the cloud. But we start with 100. The 100 God theory, generator, operator, destroyer. Riddle me this. In the past, we was talking about AI being a destroyer and whatnot. In the past few weeks, have you heard about them using AI as a destroyer almost every other day?
Mm.
Innocent ass Anthropic is a fucking killer now. You know what I'm talking about? Innocent Anthropic got bodies. It's running around. You know what I mean? It's in Chicago and shit. Pardon whoever's from Chicago. Pardon, you know what I'm saying?
Terminator.
Terminator. You know what I mean? Got started, and they're not even Skynet. They're not even hiding it.
Hmm.
But you're gonna have a day. You're gonna live in a future where people are going to have drones protecting them personally as they walk the dog. You will have a robot dog walking with you to protect you. You will have drones following you. They will shoot down other drones that are trying to get you and follow you as well. That's what the future is going to be. You're going to have automated, autonomous weapon systems protecting your bunker. We're in the phase of operator now. We went from generator, now we're in the operator phase where you literally could set up an AI operating system, a complete quote unquote business apparatus that is autonomous while you are doing whatever you're doing in your real life, right? You can literally be an operator of a multi-million dollar SaaS or a multi-million dollar website or a multi-million dollar app, a multi-million dollar kids game, a multi-million dollar YouTube channel, right? With
Yeah.
really no overhead, You don't really you don't have nobody in your company. It's a one-man company. You got agents working for you. You're an operator. And then we're going to evolve into the destroyer. That comes a little bit longer but you could see the writing on the wall. If you really know what you're looking at, you know what the future is going to be with the destroyer shit cuz the autonomous weapons thing, that's the toothpaste that you can't put back into the tube. It's already out there. It's nothing that people. It's literally nothing. I just saw the Palantir. Who saw the Palantir thing yesterday when they launched it online, and they showed how Palantir is working, how it hunts down people.
Mm.
Did anybody see that? I
No.
No, I
will
didn't
be
see it.
showing that on my show tonight. Yeah, they went live with it and had like a damn press conference and was like, yeah, this is how we're using it in Iran. This is how we hunting people down, and the shit was scary. Not
Yeah.
to scare anybody.
So much doom and gloom.
Yeah, but
No, but that's what war is about. They be testing their technology. They
that's the
test
only
they
right.
games, war
They
games.
That's all this is a war game, ladies and gentlemen. Don't be confused. Both sides are in on it.
Right.
This is all a ruse. The damn supreme leader might be in a bunker somewhere chilling. This is all war games. They are using this to test tools to show off. I don't know who they showing off to, but they surely are showing off, right? This is about war. These are the lords of war. They are this is a weird game that these people are playing. Let's not get caught up in it. We got other wars that we are engaged in, and it don't got nothing to do with their wars and whatnot. But the tools of war are on the table right now. And the war that I'm speaking of is the propaganda war. It's the spiritual war. It's the war against our image. It's the war to keep us dumbed down. It's the war to keep us living in lack.
Mm.
You
Mm.
know? That's the kind of war that I'm looking at. I don't need a computer or AI to fight that war. You know? We don't need
Mm.
that. So yeah, why they acting stupid and talking about a draft that might be something, we got work to do. I'm not
Yeah.
about to sit around on my laurels and just wait. I ain't no there's there it's time to make some things turn over fast and using the outlets that are provided, right? You know, if I was in the clergy, I would be figuring out ways to galvanize the clergy to basically come together to create some type of bridge that we all can walk over. So that's the same. If I was in the music industry, you know what I mean, amongst the labels, I would be doing the same thing with my artists. I'm doing this now where I'm at. You know what I mean? So where I'm at in this community, in this network, I'm galvanizing the tools in the technology to build a bridge so we could all do something worthwhile and don't got to worry about the stupid shit that's going on. That's always been going on and will always be going on. So that's where we stand, ladies and gentlemen. I want to say this has been a great session. This right here, I dropped the link for the Clawbot. Once again, remember you open claw, you could get access to open claw through Manus. You don't need to buy the Mac Mini to get access to the open claw. You could get access to the open claw, but there's other agents and whatnot. So even when you read this, just the concept alone, right? And don't all of the configurations. We'll go back. We'll go over this and we'll break this down. Don't get intimidated, but just know what Clawbot does, other agents will do as well. It's the idea. We want the idea to get in your mind about having being the operator, being the architect. What does that look like? What does that look like? You know what I'm saying? Standing over 100 agents, sending them out to do your work. What does it look like? So that's what we're exploring. All right. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, look out in the school. There's going to be a lot of stuff dropping. Like I said, we're going to monetize that. That'll be either today or tomorrow. The replay, that'll be inside of the classroom. You're going to have access to the classroom in order to see the replays. If you don't have access, we have opportunities for you to gain your upgrade and to gain entry. And we also have the Discord. The Discord is going to have the pod formation room. That's where I'm going to upload the HTML for the template. We have a template so you could find out what POD position, what pod position you are, generator, operator, or destroyer. We went over that yesterday in class. I'll be uploading the template for that. Everybody is required to fill out the assessment test. What is the assessment test? The assessment test is how you assess yourself. You're going to take a quiz and assess yourself. And when you assess yourself, we'll know if you're a generator, an operator, or a destroyer. The algorithm will tell you that, not us. The algorithm will let you know what position that you play. And then when we form these pods, everybody will know who each other are on their team. They'll know what the strengths are and they'll know what position each one plays so we could get this work done. So yeah, look out for all of that, the homework and everything. That's all coming to school. Peace, love, and light to the family.
Hey, Red, real
That
quick.
mhm.
Is the assessment only going to be in Discord or are you going to put it in the school too?
School as well. I'm
Okay.
still trying to find out how to put HTML inside of school. Bear with me. For right now, I'm gonna upload what is known as the Word document. Um, the HTML is a little bit it's interactive, you know what I'm saying? And it's a little more it's a little more interactive and it's a little more proficient than the Word document. You know what I'm saying? Because with the HTML, that's where the algorithm, it's alive. It's like a page that's alive. It's a flash page. So it's like you could put your information in there, doo, 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 and then it will be able to tell you your results right there. Versus if I sent you a PDF or a Word document, it's not interactive.
Can't you link it? I think there's like a link function, isn't there? Where you
There is
can
a
put
link.
a URL in there.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You
There's a
should be able to,
URL.
yeah, when you
So I'm
make
gonna
the
drop the
link.
URL and just cross my fingers and hope that the URL works for everybody. Yep. So that's coming. All of that'll be all inside of school today. So if y'all have your notifications turned on, turn on your notifications. You'll be alerted when all of that is dropping.
Great. Thank
Let's
you.
try to meet up on Tuesday too. Let's put Tuesday on the calendar. Let's do Techno Tuesday. Let's try to do a meetup on Tuesday. I'm gonna talk to Spin and I'm gonna see if we could get a special class with with the Imaginarium. And another thing, I've been talking to my people over or at VCell. How do y'all feel about a VCell CMOS Imaginarium collabo?
Mhm. Yeah, let's do it.
Um,
That's
just
cool. Her
dealing with health
product
and
is really
wellness,
good.
huh?
Said I ordered her product and they were very good. We tried the mango first. My
Yes,
sister was like,
yes.
this tastes like applesauce.
Yes, yeah, you feel me? So I was talking to them and I was like, yo, because I'm doing this AI class, it's a 90-day intensive. I want to implement more of a health regimen. I want to try to, I want to work with them about a certain 7-day cycle that we could use with V-Cell because I find myself having brain fog. I find myself losing focus. I find myself having fatigue sometimes just sitting in front of the computer. But when I'm tapping into the CMOS and I'm tapping
Mhm.
into the health and we looking at spring, the weather is
Right.
changing and whatnot. I think that's a great combination because we have we got the sea moss, we got the shilajit gummies and the mushroom gummies. Not the mushrooms like the psychedelics, but the lion's mane and stuff like that. So, she got brain food, you know what I mean? Optimization food. And I think that's a great combination. So I'll keep y'all updated on that.
Yeah. Cool.
All right.
Need it.
All right, family. Peace,
Thank
love, and
you.
light. All right.
Love and
All right.
light.
Thank you.
All
Good
right
one.
now.